Jessica? Jessica, I need you to answer right now. Please, Jessica, come on, answer already.
Oh, it's you. Do you need something?
Hey, you don't have to be obviously salty like that.
I mean, I am salty towards you, so... What do you want? I don't have time for this.
About the reunion that we just left earlier. You were talking with Steven the whole time, weren't you?
Huh? Steven?
I mean, I guess you look a bit better than you used to back in high school, but I really don't think you've become enough of a lady to have a guy like him even give a look at you. You really shouldn't get ahead of yourself, you know? Go look in the mirror first.
I don't have any intentions towards Steven. If anything, I was creeped out of the way he was just following me around the whole time during the reunion.
What did you just say? There's no way that's true. Look, Jessica, Steven was the best looking guy in our whole grade back in high school. Now he's grown up even more. Even more. And he's also the son of a CEO at a really famous company. Everyone wants him. A musty, crusty introvert like you is literally no match for his elite, handsome, untouchable self.
I really don't care what you think, Sarah, but I have no feelings whatsoever towards Steven.
Whoa, you're scaring me. You're trying to make me lower my guard by saying the exact opposite of the truth, aren't you? Of course, I get that you wouldn't want to just let go of the chance of getting close to him, even though all of that is just in your mind.
I really have no feelings for him.
Whatever. I see through that big head of yours. Everything.
You know what? Actually, I'm already married, so I'm not interested in Steven.
What? You're joking. Are you imagining things? Do you really believe that you're married with him already?
What?
Wow, I guess you're either hypnotized or crazy or something. You terrify me, Jessica.
Wait, no.
How scary.
No, that's not what I meant.
I'll be sure to tell Steven to watch out for this stalker weirdo lady who believes that she's married to him.
You know what? Whatever. Do what you want. There's no point in talking to you.
Hey, Jess. It's been a while since the class reunion. I have a very important announcement to make to you.
Sarah? Yeah.
Oh, come on. Give me a better reaction.
I get tired just by texting you.
You're so funny. Whatever. Oh, yeah. You really surprised me.
What?
I didn't know you two were actually dating. You and Steven.
What?
I told Steven about the stalker thing, and then he told me that you two secretly started dating after the class reunion. I was in utter shock. My mouth was wide open for a good 30 seconds.
I never said it was Steven that I was dating when we were texting each other after the reunion. Me and him have never been like that. Ever.
Oh, you don't need to give me lies like that.
What do you mean, lies? As I told you before, I'm already married.
Good for you! It means you love him so much that you're imagining marrying him. That's adorable.
My husband isn't Steven.
Just like last time, you're trying to lower my guard by saying the exact opposite of the truth, aren't you? I can't believe you're using the exact same move as last time, even though it didn't work. You're so dumb.
I've been telling the truth.
Whatever, that wasn't why I texted you anyways. I wanted to surprise you big time for something. It might be a bit of an unpleasant surprise for you, though.
What is it?
Haven't you been getting ignored by Steven lately?
What? I guess. He was annoying me forever, but it stopped about 2 months ago.
What do you mean, annoying? You don't have to try and act like he was completely into you or something.
How did that sentence get processed in your mind like that?
Have you not realized that you've been dumped by Steven?
What?
I mean, 2 months ago is just the same timing.
What are you talking about?
I'm getting married with Steven.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he and I became romantic with each other about exactly 2 months ago. I told him that I'd date him if he quit texting you, and he really did that for me. So I decided to go with it, and now he proposed to me. OMG, I'm too loved for my own good.
Good for you.
Tell me how you feel right now, Sarah. Don't you feel defeated? Don't worry, I know you do, loser.
There's not a single reason for me to feel defeated about this.
Whatever, you and I are too different from head to toe.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm pretty and have good proportions and outgoing, so of course all the guys want me. I can marry whoever I want, whenever I want, even if I didn't even love the guy. This hasn't changed since we were in high school. On the other hand, you're the type who lives in the shadows. No one even glimpses at you. And now you're even imagining things, which makes you even less attractive through the eyes of any guy. Therefore, no matter what happens, you and I will never be on the same level, and I will always be light years ahead of you in everything. I'm the rabbit, and you're the turtle. Good game. This was all too easy. You're boring me to death.
Yeah, I get it. Good for you.
Oh no, I'm going to be late. Steven and I will be getting officially engaged right now. Well then, that's that. Don't ever stalk Steven again, you weirdo.
I wouldn't want to, even if you made me.
Jessica? Hey, I need you to pick up. Hey, please pick up.
What?
Did you know about this?
About what?
Explain this to me right now.
Explain what you need me to explain.
Obviously about Steven.
Steven?
About his father's business going out of business 3 years ago?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
So you did know.
Yeah, my friend used to work there, so I heard through them. To be accurate, I heard it was more like Steven was the one who made his dad's company go out of business.
What? Why?
Apparently, he started a new business plan without any of his dad's permission, and spent a ton of the company's money to make it happen. But it ended up being a big failure. They had too much debt that they couldn't handle, and they went out of business. Ever since then, his dad got addicted to gambling, and their debts grew larger and larger, and his mom got a new boyfriend and disappeared.
What? I knew his parents got divorced, but I didn't know his father was in that kind of state as well.
Apparently so.
What do you mean, apparently so? How could you just watch me get myself into this? Were you trying to get back at me for taking Steven away from you or something?
As I've said countless times before in all our previous conversations, me and Steven were not dating! How many times do I need to tell you?
But you two were practically glued together at the reunion, and you even went home together after that. If you're together that much, then you're basically dating.
As I've said, he was just following me around.
What?
He followed me over to my house, and I had trouble running away from him at the end. Even after the reunion, a rumor about me and him were dating had gone around, and he got my phone number from someone else, and kept texting me every single day, and it was so annoying. But he quit about 2 months ago, and I was finally free from his curse.
Is that really what happened?
How can you still not believe me?
I mean, why would a guy like Steven become obsessed with a crusty girl like you?
Another friend told me about this, but apparently he was after the wealth of my family.
What? Isn't your house just a normal one? Your dad's an office worker, right?
Yes, up until high school. After that, he became the CEO of the company he was working at.
The CEO?
Apparently, my dad was very close to the previous CEO, so he was nominated and chosen to become the second CEO of his company. And apparently, Stephen found out about this whole thing and thought that if he married the daughter of the CEO of the big company, then maybe he would be able to pay back all of his debts.
Debts?
I just said his dad's company went out of business and now they have a bunch of debt. You're his wife. Have you not heard any of this?
I indeed have not. The only reason I married him was because I thought he'd be the next CEO of his father's company. And barely now, I'm finding out he's broke and has debt. He tricked me.
What about you, Sarah? Didn't you hide some things from Stephen in order to make the marriage happen?
What?
A while after we had the class reunion, I heard that you were caught cheating with a married man and were sued by his wife to pay her condolences. I heard that you were in debt of $50,000 because of that, aren't you?
Well...
You're being demanded a higher number than usual because you kept bothering the wife while you took part in the cheating. Judging from this story, didn't you marry into Stephen's house so you could pay off your debts? I mean, you failed miserably, obviously.
How on earth do you know that story to so much detail?
The wife of the man you had a relationship with. She's my husband's cousin.
What?
It's a small world, isn't it?
You've gotta be joking me. Wait a minute. Did you just say husband?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
You're married?
Like everything else, I've told this to you many times.
Wasn't that just you imagining things because you were so madly in love with Stephen?
That was just you letting your mind wander off into Fantasyland.
Did you just say Fantasyland? As if to imply that I am the one who's insane?
I mean, it's true.
How dare you?
I just spoke the truth about everything. And you bent the facts and shaped them so you could believe in some fantasy. Even the situation you're in with Stephen right now. Couldn't you have avoided it if you just had listened to me? You really shouldn't listen to people speaking while imagining what you'd want them to say.
Hey.
What? Can you please lend me money? Why on earth would I lend you money?
You're the daughter of a CEO right now. Can't he pay for any of your expenses? I'm sure he'll understand if you explain that a really good friend of yours is in a very dire situation that would decide how the rest of her life goes.
You really don't get anything about this world, do you?
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm related to the victim of your cheating scandal right now. Why would I help the person who destroyed the family of my relative?
How could you? Your friend is in dire need right now.
Since when were you my friend, Sarah?
How could you?
You should search that phrase up on Google sometime soon, and then look at yourself in the mirror. There was one last question that was left in my mind. Why did Stephen, who was trying to marry me for my dad's money, end up marrying Sarah, a girl with her own debt? It turns out that Sarah always lathered herself in brand clothing, so simple-minded Stephen thought she was actually rich. But in reality, Sarah was just a broke, unemployed girl with debt. These were the lines that the two spat at each other while finding out about each other's debts. I married you because I thought you had money. Apparently, they haven't gotten a divorce yet. But they've been working from day in to day out without any time to even dress nicely. And now neither of them have any of the looks or attractiveness they used to have when they were young.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Kate, it's been a while. Is now a good time?
Oh, hello. It's been a long time. I'm free at the moment. Is there something I can help you with?
It must have been about 3 months since we last spoke.
Yes, I think it's been about that.
I was wondering what you thought about what I said last time.
Oh?
I'm asking whether you reached a decision.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Oh, come on! How could you forget something so important?
I'm really sorry. Would you mind reminding me?
It's about me moving in.
Huh?
So, what did you decide?
If it's about that, I thought we respectfully declined your offer.
And I told you I didn't agree with your decision, didn't I?
But Andy said no again that time too.
Good grief, you and that boy. Tell me, Kate, are you really Andy's wife?
Huh?
If you understood Andy, your husband's feelings, you would have never made that decision, would you?
You might say that, but it's a decision we reached together as a couple after thoughtfully considering each other's opinions.
My boy doesn't say what he really wants around you because he's so kind. Supporting your husband is one condition of being a good wife. You need to learn to be a little more humble. Accordingly, please move the discussion on the matter of me moving in with you forward in the near future.
You deciding one-sidedly like this puts us in a really difficult position.
As long as you're Andy's wife, you're obliged to do what I say. I'm his mother.
I did tell you this before, but my grandpa lives with us here.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Your parents are always working away at a company branch in the countryside. So your grandfather's living with you for the time being as he doesn't have anyone else.
That's right.
But isn't he living separately in a detached house?
He is, but he still eats with us, and we all basically live on the same grounds. It's fair to say we live together, if you were to move in too.
Basically, you mean that. Well, I may be a relative. You don't want me living with your grandfather because we're more or less strangers? But here's the thing, I don't mind that even one bit. Just because I'm a single divorcee doesn't mean anything is going to happen between me and your grandpa.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
Good grief, you drive me up the wall. Whatever you say, it's decided. I'm moving in with you.
But this house...
I don't want to hear about your circumstances.
Wow.
Dreary me. It looks like I'll have to block you and continue this conversation with my Andy.
But wait!
Goodbye!
Andy, I'm sorry to bother you during work. You got a minute?
Sure. I'm on break, so we're good. What's up?
Your mom messaged me just now.
My mom?
Looks like she still hasn't given up on moving in with us.
Seriously? We told her your grandpa's living at our place.
Right? I think she knows that. But regardless, she's hell-bent on moving in. She blocked me again while I was in the middle of explaining.
Wow.
Maybe the way I spoke to her was bad.
No, I doubt it. I think my mom's just getting ahead of herself again. She's, how to put it, narrow-minded? Or short-tempered or brash. Plus, she has some old-fashioned ways of thinking. She has the kind of personality that doesn't mix well with people from our generation.
Oh, I see. She said she was going to contact you to talk about her moving in, so you might get a message soon.
You gotta be kidding me. Okay, got it.
I'm sorry.
Don't be silly. If anything, you're the one being messed around by my mom's selfishness. It's me who should be sorry.
No, it's fine, but thank you.
I gotta head back to work soon.
Okay, I'm making your favorite omelet for tea tonight.
Woohoo! I can't wait!
I hope work goes well.
Thanks! Hey, Mom! What the hell's all this luggage doing here?
Oh, Andy, my things arrived?
Not my things arrived! Why the heck did you send us 10 cardboard boxes to be paid cash on delivery?
Did you pay?
Yes. I feel bad for the driver having to deal with all that stuff if I refused. But you should have told us before you sent all your stuff here. Cost me over $100. What did you plan on doing if we didn't have any money on hand?
Oh, sorry about that. It's good that you were able to get my things, though.
It's not good at all! Our front door and hallway are crammed full of your boxes. We can hardly move. Just what is all this stuff?
All of my belongings, in preparation for me moving in, obviously.
What? No way. By moving in, you don't mean...
Of course! Me, you, and your wife will all be living together. I'll be living here this evening.
No, no, no! Me and Kate didn't agree to this. I thought you'd contact us at least once before turning up.
Well, I did plan on getting in touch to discuss which room I'd be getting once my luggage arrived. It was a big help when you messaged me from your end.
No, come on. Surely you have the order back to front.
But Andy, you want me to move in, don't you?
Huh? Why would you think that? I've already told you. I have been in full agreement with Kate the whole time. I told you countless times. You won't be moving in!
Andy, it's okay, you know.
Huh?
You can say how you really feel. It's just the two of us talking here.
What are you talking about?
Look, Andy, just admit it. That's what you really want, is to live with your mother.
No, really, what are you talking about? You're scaring me.
I'm saying you don't have to hold back for Kate's sake.
Hold back?
I know you hesitate to assert yourself, what with Kate's grandfather staying there and all. But it's common sense that a husband gets the final say over his wife. There's no reason you should be able to say what you really think in your own home.
Huh?
If anything, since you're the one letting Kate and her grandfather live at your house, they're the ones who should be humbling themselves.
Wait a second.
What?
Mom, by any chance, do you think this is my house?
Huh? Well, it is, isn't it? You really are amazing, Andy. Building such a big house like that after just 1 year of marriage. You make your mother so proud.
No, that's wrong!
What is?
This is Kate's family home!
What? But how could such a new house?
The reason it looks like a new build is because they had some major renovations done on it a little while before we got married.
Renovations?
Kate's parents and grandpa are the ones who paid for those renovations.
Huh? But that's...
And so, the all-important name on the deed is that of the real owner of this house, Kate's grandpa.
What?
I mean, I have told you this before, you know, and I'm sure Kate told you too.
Oh, you have?
As far as I can remember, we've told you 3 or 4 times. But every time you got carried away and started praising me. Wow, your own detached house? Amazing! I did correct you that it was actually Kate's grandpa's house, though. Basically, I'm the one who's being allowed to live at Kate's family home.
Please just hold your horses, son. Why does her grandfather, the owner of the house, live in a separate building? Surely he'd be living in the main house if that was true.
When they had the renovations done, he said he wanted his own private room with its own garden built on the grounds. We might refer to it as living separately because it's convenient, but if I had to put it one way or the other, I'd say calling it Grandpa's private castle would be more accurate.
Oh my god, I can't believe it's not your house.
Well, it isn't. So I'm gonna return the luggage you sent to us today.
Huh? What about us all living together?
I told you it wouldn't be happening from day one, didn't I? And Mom, you do know that I'm the one who entered Kate's family to begin with, right?
What?
I knew it. You forgot. I did think it was strange that everything you sent to us by mail was addressed to my old surname. Today's luggage, too.
You took on their surname?
Did you really forget even though you were the #1 reason I did it?
What? Me?
I don't know whether it's because you felt nervous about living alone after you and Dad got divorced, but you bullied my sister's husband after he kindly agreed to let you live with them because you couldn't bear to let go of her, didn't you?
No!
So my sister flipped out, declared the cohabitation arrangement over, and kicked you out of the house.
But...
I decided I never let you live with us after seeing all that go down, which I made very clear to you at the time we got married. And then, I also told you that I'd be taking Kate's last name because she's the only daughter of an old family. That's how I ended up where I am now.
What?
You really should listen to people when they speak to you. That's the reason you and Dad got a divorce, isn't it? You should have learned your lesson by now.
But who's going to be my heir?
That's not really something you need to worry about. What with you being a divorcee and all.
We might not be an old established family, but the thought of us disappearing with your generation.
Oh, but surely to a certain extent, that's not a problem anymore.
Why?
Because Dad's new wife gave birth to twin boys.
What? Your dad got remarried? And he has kids?
He got married to a woman he met after you guys divorced. And apparently the boys were born the day before yesterday.
Just hold on a minute. This is the first I've heard of it.
I know. He got in touch this morning and asked me to tell you.
You're joking, right?
So now you know the situation. Will you stop pestering Dad to reconcile?
Huh? But
Anyway, I'll be having all your luggage sent back.
wait!
Why? Surely you know you can't live with us now.
Not that, I ended the contract on my apartment. I have to be out before the end of the month.
I did suspect you might have done that.
That's why I have to move in with you.
My uncle will be arriving at your place soon.
Your uncle? You mean my brother Carl?
He said he's gonna take you in, so wait there.
Wait, I can't! I don't like Carl!
Just be grateful you won't be homeless. Anyway, bye.
Wait, Andy!
Apparently, my uncle arrived at my mom's place a short while after our messages. By the way, I sent her luggage back to my uncle's place. Cash on delivery, of course. Apparently, the reason my mom was acting like that was because she was unable to hold down her part-time job due to her abrasive personality and was struggling to make ends meet. Which is why now she lives with my uncle. After being ordered to pay for her own food, she did find another part-time job, but I hear her boss is super strict. And she sends me expletive-laden messages about him from time to time. But my uncle told me I'm not to reply to her because she's, as he puts it, undergoing a period of education. We actually found out recently that Kate's pregnant. But unless my uncle gives her permission, I think it'll be a long time before my mom gets to hold her grandchild.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Jack! I'll be gone for a little while, okay?
You're leaving right now?
Yeah.
Where are you headed to?
My friend asked me to join them on a sweets buffet, so I'm gonna go eat a bunch of sweets. They said there's a discount if there's 2 people or more.
You're going out to eat again?
What's that supposed to mean? I love eating, and you should be happy for me doing what I love.
Besides, who is that friend of yours that you're always talking about?
The friend I always talk about. You know, the one who eats tons of food every time we go out?
Whatever you say. By the way, do you know what day it is today?
Of course I know. It's Christmas.
Anything else?
Well, I mean, it's also the last day of the sweets buffet that I was talking about earlier. So I need to go no matter what.
Anything else? Other than your buffet or Christmas? You really have no idea?
I mean, if I don't remember it, then it probably isn't that important.
Do you really not remember at all?
Oh, yeah, I remembered for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I totally remember. I should just get home by dinner time, right?
Sure. If you're gonna be gone all day, what are you planning to do with Amanda until dinner time? I heard she was gonna be doing her homework for winter break today, over at her friend's house.
Oh, yeah, she's gonna be at her friend's house while I'm gone during the day. And I texted her to walk over to her Nana's house after she's done playing, so I'm sure she'll be fine. She replied with a thumbs up emoji, so I'm pretty sure she saw the message. Oh, and I've already contacted your mother, and she said she was completely fine with it.
Got it. I'll see you at dinner then.
We've ordered some sushi and a Christmas cake for tonight, right? My stomach's already starting to make noises just thinking about it.
Your stomach's pretty impressive for fitting all of that after eating tons of cake at a buffet, you know. A normal person would go easy on lunch so they can enjoy their supper.
It's just that my body doesn't gain any weight even when I eat tons of food. So don't worry about me being too full to eat anything.
Whatever you say, you should really fix that habit of yours. The way you disregard everything else when there's a plate full of food in front of you.
What's that supposed to mean?
I meant every word I said, literally. I'm going back to work. Bye.
Bye-bye. I'll be heading out too.
Isabel, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna get home later than usual. I have something urgent to take care of.
What's going on?
Just some trouble at work. I wish I could just leave, but unfortunately I'm the only engineer in the building who knows how to fix this specific system error.
Oh no.
I've come up with a way to fix all of the issues, so now I just need to code it into the program and see how it goes. But I'll have to run everything to see if it works after I'm done. So it might take a few hours to finish it all.
I see. Are we still going to do the Christmas party back at our house? I mean, the sushi and cake are about to be delivered, so I don't think we can cancel it all at the last minute like this.
You guys can just start eating without me. I'm surely not getting home by our usual dinner time, so it's fine.
All right.
I need to get right back to work, so I'll see you at home once everything's done.
Roger that. Good luck at work, honey.
Jack, do you have a minute, honey?
Mom, is everything okay?
Yes, but are you already finished with work for the day?
Yeah, I just finished a while ago, so I'm getting onto the train to head back home.
Oh, you were working overtime today?
Yeah. I was supposed to clock out right at 5 p.m., but our whole system had a meltdown, and I was the only one at the office today who could fix it. Finally started heading home 2 hours late.
Oh my.
I thought it'd take at least another hour when I first started working on it, so I guess I should be grateful that it recovered smoothly.
I'm glad it all turned out well, honey. Since you're finally able to head home, could you please come pick up Amanda?
What? Has she not been picked up yet? I thought Isabel had already went to pick her up.
I haven't seen her since she came to drop her off, honey. I thought it was about time that she got back from her plans to come pick up sweet Amanda. But she won't pick up my calls. It was starting to get late, so I decided to call you. None of my texts were being read either. So I was getting worried that maybe Isabel was in some danger or trouble.
I hope she isn't in any trouble either. But if she isn't, I can't believe how irresponsible that was of her.
Amanda is just saying that she could walk home alone. But I can't just let a sweet little 5th grader like her go out all by herself in the dark.
You made the right choice, Mom. Wonder where on earth Isabel went. She said she was going to a sweets buffet today, but they'd only be there for 2 hours at most because of the time limit. So I was sure she'd already picked up Amanda and gotten home by now.
Jack, can I ask you something?
Yeah?
I'm a bit concerned about Isabel's treatment and behavior towards Amanda.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't want to be the one to point this out, but I'm her real grandmother, and you're her real uncle. We have the responsibility and will to take care of Amanda, since we always have been and always will be her family. But that isn't the case for Isabel.
Yeah, I get it.
And on top of that, her real parents, Adam and Bella, ended up getting a divorce because they both decided to cheat on each other. And Amanda had to deal with that at such a young age. Then she suddenly got adopted by you. And she was forced to live in a new environment, leaving everyone she knew behind. This is the first Christmas after that life started, isn't it? For a girl at such a young age to face getting willfully abandoned by her own parents. The pain she's feeling right now is unimaginable, Jack. You guys need to talk this out and take better care of her. I need you two to build a warm and welcoming family for her until your house becomes her home. Please, don't hurt this child anymore and make some fun memories tonight as a family.
Of course, Mom. I'll do whatever I can. We're still getting the hang of this situation, but I'm sure we'll make it out.
I hope so, honey.
I'll talk this out with Isabel again.
If you two need any help with anything, please let me know, because I'm willing to help with anything for that beautiful little child.
Thanks, Mom. It really means a lot. I know this is sudden, but could you let Amanda stay over at your house for a bit longer?
Of course, honey, but why?
I'm gonna go home first to check whether Isabel's already home or not.
Of course. That seems like a good idea.
And just to be sure, in case I don't make it back before she falls asleep, could you please go buy another Christmas cake?
Sure. I'll go over to the bakery next door with Amanda and check if there's any left.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mom. I really couldn't thank you enough. I'm gonna get off my train, so I'll text you again once I check the house.
I'll be waiting.
Isabel! Pick up right now!
Oh, it's you. Hi, Jack.
Where on earth are you right now? My mom texted me and told me about how you just left Amanda over at her house and didn't even bother to come pick her up or even answer the damn phone. And why are the sushi and cake that we ordered all gone? That was for us three to celebrate together. I don't understand the situation at all. None of this makes any sense.
You're home already? Oops.
Do you have a problem with the fact that I'm home already?
But you said you were gonna be really late today.
I worked as fast as I could so that I wouldn't keep the two of you waiting. Whatever. Just tell me why you ate everything without me or Amanda.
Well, because I didn't want any of the food to go to waste, so I thought it would be best for me to finish it all. So after the sweets buffet, I brought my girls back home with me. We had a Christmas party together and ate it all.
And you decided to go out again? Where are you right now?
Yeah, someone said we should go out to get a few drinks, so I went with them. We're in a bar right now, but did I do something wrong?
Yes, as I've said multiple times in the past 5 minutes, why didn't you pick up Amanda?
Because she's not a people person, and she doesn't know any of my friends. So I thought she wouldn't be the type to want to go party with ladies that she met for the first time.
You're missing the point. Why did you party with your friends while leaving Amanda, the special girl, back at her grandma's house?
What does special girl even mean?
You can't be serious right now. Did you really forget what day it is today?
Just tell me.
Did I not ask you if you remembered what day it is today? Back when I was texting you during lunchtime?
Yeah, it's Christmas.
The other main event of today!
Huh?
You told me that I didn't even have to say it because you already knew. Was that a lie then?
Oh, I guess I remembered up until lunch, but I forgot after eating.
It's Amanda's birthday, you idiot! Amanda was born on December 25th, the same day as Christmas! Can't believe you've forgotten about your own daughter's birthday. This is ridiculous. There couldn't possibly be an easier day to remember. She was born on the same day as Christ, for God's sakes. She told us on the day she became our daughter, don't you remember? I didn't plan a party today because it was Christmas, Isabel. I planned this party because it was Amanda's birthday, and I wanted to give her at least one happy memory on the day she was born to her heartless parents. That's why I ordered sushi and cake, her favorite. And you just destroyed it all with your friends!
But I thought you prepared cake and sushi because they were my favorites.
I obviously wouldn't have said no to you eating any, and it was for the three of us. But we were supposed to be there to let her have fun. She's the birthday girl, so it was for her.
Oh, why not for me?
And also, about your girls that you've been going out with and ruined Amanda's birthday with, you actually mean Guy, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you so paranoid all of a sudden?
I mean Guy as in the food fighter who's been becoming famous lately. Arnold the Guy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
On my way home from work today, a few neighbors stopped by to talk to me. And they all told me that they've seen you two walking into my house while holding hands with each other.
Those people!
They also told me that they heard very loud music and chants saying Merry Christmas from the inside, and some very loud moans afterwards.
You're lying!
I had a bad feeling and left Amanda over at my mom's house until I checked the house to see if you were in there. And I'm really glad I didn't, because if she saw the meal that she had been looking forward to all day, and the whole house messed up like it was, I can't even begin to imagine how shocked and hurt she would have been.
I can explain.
We're getting divorced.
No, please.
I'll be sure to send in a message about this to your parents as well.
Please, calm down. You're the one who said that Amanda needed a mother in the first place.
How do you have the nerve to call yourself a mother while going out and doing things with other guys? You've betrayed our whole family, and that's all there is to this.
You can't do this.
I'll send all your belongings to your parents' house in a few days. Don't ever come back.
Oh, please, we can fix this.
I'll be hiring a lawyer too. I'll be contacting you through them.
Please, just wait. Aren't you to blame too?
What did you just say?
You're always all over Amanda and left me alone like I didn't mean anything to you.
Didn't you have something going on with the food fighter guy before this whole thing?
Why?
I remembered something today. Over a year ago, I saw an interview on TV. He said, "My girlfriend Isabel, she eats a ton like me and I fell in love with that part of her and confessed my love. And that's how our relationship started."
He said my name?
At the time, I thought you two just had the same names. But I guess it really was you.
Wait, please don't leave me.
See ya. A month later, we officially got a divorce. And on the occasion, I sued her for cheating. And she ended up getting demanded $30,000 in compensation. Since then, she's been banned from her own house. And I heard she was working multiple jobs at a time to pay it all off. FYI, apparently the food fighter guy didn't know at all that my wife was married. And he came over to explain how he had no intention in taking part of the cheating. Since he came all the way to apologize to me in person and didn't know that my wife was married, I decided not to sue him for any money. By the way, after the whole incident on Christmas Day, my mother decided to call all of our relatives together to celebrate Amanda's birthday. And it ended up becoming a feast, with everyone bringing together what they had prepared to celebrate Christmas. Amanda was smiling and laughing the whole time, which helped me forget all about the problems in the world and just have fun. Me and Amanda have barely begun our journey as father and daughter, but I swear on my life that I will live with dignity and pride for being a father.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
India, thanks for today. It was fun.
Oh, hey, Maria. Same here.
That tea was really good. It's imported from the UK, right? I bet it's pretty expensive.
Yeah. My husband's childhood friend lives there. He sends them to us every now and then.
Oh, so you're not paying for it yourself then?
Huh? No.
I see. That's why you didn't brag about it during the tea party.
Oh, well, I did mention a few things about it, but...
Huh? Really?
Yeah, before you came. Someone else asked me about it, so I told them where I got it.
Oh, I see. Whatever. Oh, and about those cookies.
What about them?
It didn't really go well with the tea. Next time, get some chocolate cake. The expensive one from the department store.
Oh,
But I know you guys don't make much, so forget it.
those cookies. My sister-in-law made them for me.
Uh-huh. Wait, you mean the professional patissier?
Yeah, she actually picked out the tea for me.
Oh.
I told the others, but you weren't there at the time, so...
I see. Whatever. We've all got different tastes, so...
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Oh, hey! That room next to the living room, is that your study?
Huh?
I saw it on the way to the bathroom. The door was half open.
Oh, right, that's my husband's room. He works there.
Work? Is that why he was at home?
Yeah, he works from home.
What does he do again?
He's a freelance video game creator.
Free what? Oh, sorry to hear that. He probably doesn't make much.
Huh?
So he's addicted to video games or something? Oh, you guys must be flat out broke.
No, he just makes them, and we're fine.
Yeah, whatever. You guys can't even buy your own tea and cookies. Oh, you don't have to say anything.
What do you mean?
Yeah, no worries. Just take it easy, okay? Don't live above your means.
Okay.
Well then, can't wait for the next tea party. See you next month.
Maria, good evening.
Hey, thanks for today. It was the same tea as last time. The one you got from your friend. And the sweets. You got that from the bakery near the station, didn't you? It was better than last month, but still, it wasn't that good.
Listen, I gotta ask you something.
What?
I'm asking everyone who came over today, but did you go upstairs today?
Uh-huh. Upstairs. No. Why would I go into your bedroom? I don't want to know how the poor live.
Okay.
Why are you asking me this?
Well, something from her bedroom went missing.
Oh.
I'm not accusing anyone, but nobody else was at the house today, and it was there when I woke up. I noticed that it was gone after you guys left. Did you notice anything strange?
Oh, I see. So you're accusing us, huh?
Huh? No,
I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, how would you feel if I accused you of stealing? Just drop it.
I wasn't accusing anybody, but, I'm gonna call the cops, so just thought I'd ask everyone first to see if anyone noticed anything.
Cops? Aren't you overreacting a little? Why would anyone steal from you anyways? You're poor. You probably dropped it under your bed or something. Yeah, that must be it. Want me to help you look for it?
No thanks. I'll let the police figure it out, but thanks for the offer.
What? But
I'm sure they'll figure it out. I gotta go. Thanks. Maria, good morning. Can you talk right now?
what?
About what I asked you yesterday.
Oh, right, the missing watch. What happened? Did you find it?
No, not yet.
Oh, sorry to hear that. But I'm sure it wasn't even that expensive. Want me to buy you a new one? If it's under $2,000, I'll buy one for you. What do you think? I think it's a pretty good deal.
No thanks. And $2,000 won't cover it, so.
It's worth more than that?
So you don't know how much that thing cost, huh?
Huh? Wait, are you accusing me?
I don't know. You tell me.
Ugh, screw you! You've got nothing on me. How dare you?
Oh, but I got proof.
Huh?
You said it yourself. You don't even realize it, do you?
Huh? What do you mean?
First of all, if you didn't go upstairs, how did you know her bedroom was on the second floor? Doesn't make sense. You understand what I'm saying?
What?
And also, how did you know my watch was missing? I never said anything about that.
What? I just had a feeling.
I see.
Yeah, you want to search my house? Go ahead. You won't find anything.
But, there's more. We had cameras in the bedroom. It was for our cat, but
What?
our cat. She goes upstairs all the time, so we set up some cameras just in case. And, we got you on tape. You pulled out the watch from the drawer and put it in your pocket. The drawer is usually locked, but it broke, so my husband went out to get a new one. But then, while he was out, you snuck into her bedroom and stole from us. I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, I want my watch back. I'm still gonna tell your husband, but if you give it back now, I won't go to the police.
It's gone.
What?
It's in the ocean.
What? Stop messing around with me.
I'm not. Look, I sold it to a friend for $1,000.
You did what?
Then she went to the ocean with her boyfriend or something, and she accidentally dropped it into the ocean. She was trying to show it off or something. That's what she said.
Oh no.
Oh, relax. I'll pay for it, okay?
You sure? You mean that?
Yeah. How much is it? $2,000? $3,000? Name your price. I know. We'll call it even at $5,000. How about that?
$200,000.
What?
The watch you stole, it cost $200,000.
What?
Yeah, well, let me know once you have the money.
Liar! Stop messing with me! You're poor! There's no way that thing cost $200,000! Stop lying! It's pathetic! I know you're poor!
We're not poor.
Huh? But your husband, he just plays video games, right? I know you're poor. Stop lying.
I said he makes video games. Do you hear a word I said? Learn to read.
What? Oh, screw you! And what do you mean he makes video games?
He's a programmer. He writes code for video games. He's quite popular, actually. If you don't play video games, you probably never heard of him, but also he trades stocks. He makes more than enough money, so... But hey, thanks for your concern.
What?
Let's get back to the subject. My husband, he loves to collect watches. It's the only hobby he's got. And it took him years to save up for that. That thing meant a lot to him. You're not getting away with this. You're gonna pay us back every dime.
Hold on! I mean, $200,000? Come on! You can't be serious!
Look it up then. We got a receipt, so...
No way!
If you're not gonna pay us back then, I'm gonna tell your husband, and we're gonna press charges.
No! Wait! Hey!
So why did she steal the watch? She wanted this designer's bag, but she didn't have enough money. Pathetic. And now she was in a world of trouble. Sucks to be her, but she did this to herself. And when her husband found out about it, he divorced her. He told us she's all yours, so we decided to press charges. She had nothing, so she went crying to her parents. They agreed to sell their house to pay us back for the watch and damages. We got it all in writing, so we decided to drop the charges. But Marie and her family were up to their necks in debt now. If you ask me, prison would have been easier. Oh well, not my problem.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Katie! I'm not fit to be a father. I'm gonna be free from now on.
Huh?
I'm gonna do what I want when I want from now on. My mind is made up.
Kyle? Is everything okay? You're not making any sense right now. What are you talking about?
I'm with Anna now.
Huh? You mean my best friend? Anna is engaged. She has a fiance.
Yeah, I know. So to be free, this is the only way. We're gonna leave it all behind and start fresh, just the two of us.
Huh? What are you saying?
We're leaving. We're out of here. Bye.
Wait! I just gave birth to our daughter last week. What's wrong with you?
You can't stop me. It's done.
Kyle!
Katie, you're still living at me place?
Huh? Kyle?
Long time no see.
What the? Where have you been? Your parents were worried sick.
Yeah. Screw 'em. All they ever do is yell. Listen up and listen good.
What the hell do you want? You left us. It's been 10 years. I got nothing to say to you. You don't even care how your daughter is?
What do you mean? I barely know her. Why should I care?
What?
She's a kid. She won't even recognize me. She'll be fine.
You're unbelievable. You know that? You make me sick.
Whatever.
What do you want?
I'm back. I'm moving back in.
Huh?
I tried to make it out there on my own for a while, but I missed home. So I decided to come back. Home sweet home. But then I learned that you're still living there. What are you guys still doing here? You're not sick or anything, are you? You got a job, right? You can rent your own place if you want to, right?
Yeah, but...
Then get out! I want me house back!
Hold on. So you're saying you want to move back in? With Anna?
Anna?
Yeah, how is she? You ran off with her, remember?
Oh, her! I dumped her ass years ago.
What?
I'm gonna live on me own.
What? How selfish are you? You left us and didn't call us for 10 years.
Selfish! Look who's talking! That house is mine! Get out!
Some kind of father you are. What about your daughter, huh?
Oh, not this again. Look, I don't even know what she looks like. I don't care, okay? I just want my old place back, that's all.
Fine. You should be ashamed of yourself. You make me sick.
Shut up! Just give me back my house! Why are you still living there anyways? That's my place! Get the hell out! If you say no, I'm gonna charge you 10 years worth of rent. You want that?
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, you're breaking the law. Get out or I'm calling the cops.
I see. Bring it on then.
What?
If you're so sure about this, then do it. Call the cops.
Follow me right there, I'm not bluffing.
Whatever you say.
Hey!
It's been 3 hours. Took you long enough.
Shut up, I was packing! I've got a lot of stuff with me.
You really thought you could move back in?
Why are my parents living there? Where did you go?
I'm with my daughter. I'm staying away from you.
What?
I told your parents about all of this when you texted me earlier. They offered to help me out. They didn't want to put my daughter at risk, so they offered to look after the house for me. That's why they're there.
What?
Where are you? How are you texting me right now?
I locked myself in the bathroom.
I see.
I had no choice. Dad is furious with me, and Mom won't stop crying. I can't go out there. This is my home. What the hell? This is bullshit.
Listen, the house? It's not yours. You do realize that, don't you?
What? Yes, it is. This is my house. It was me dad's, but when I got married, he said he was going to hand it over to me. We talked about all this 10 years ago.
Ah, right. I remember that. But we didn't actually hand in the paperwork.
What?
You ran off, remember? You went missing, so we couldn't put the house under your name.
What? No way!
I don't know what else to tell you.
Then whose house is it?
Mine. It's under my name now.
What? How?
Well, for starters, my parents live out of state, and I couldn't find a job, being a single parent and all, and they paid me well too. So leaving town wasn't an option for me. I started looking for an apartment, but when your father told me that I could stay at his house, he even offered to put it under my name.
What the hell? Why didn't you tell me? This is all your fault. Do something! Dad!
I didn't tell you because your parents wanted to have a talk with you.
What?
Listen, 10 years ago, when you ran off with your girlfriend,
Huh?
you stole from your dad. You stole his antiques and sold it off right before running away from home. He knows.
What?
Anna, she told him everything. I guess this was her way of getting back at you.
What?
Anna paid us for the damages and moved out years ago. This was about 9 years ago, so not sure where she is now.
Oh, I had no idea.
And, the money you got from selling your dad's antiques, it was about $30,000, right? You gotta pay him back for that.
What?
And let's not forget damages for me and Anna's ex-fiancé.
What?
Oh, and child support. Your parents actually paid me in full already, so it's not me you gotta pay. You gotta pay your parents back.
What?
The total is more than 100 grand.
No way!
Have fun being in debt.
No, what the hell? Why me?
Running away from your home doesn't mean you can run away from your legal responsibilities. Well, I guess you're screwed now. None of this would have happened if you didn't come back, but oh well. Have fun talking to your parents.
Casey, let's start over. Come on, babe.
Huh?
I talked to me dad. He says he's not leaving me anything. He's gonna leave all his money to me sister. But if we get back together, maybe they'll think it over. Come on. I need that money to pay them back, please. Look, I'm gonna be a better father and a better husband, I promise. Please, give me another chance.
Oh, I get it. Oh boy, so that's why they told me to talk to you. That's pretty cool, but... how should I put this?
What are you saying?
First of all, we're divorced. I handed the papers 10 years ago when you left.
Huh?
You left the divorce papers on the table before running away, remember? You signed it and everything. So, I handed it in. We're not husband and wife anymore.
No way! Fine, we'll just get married again.
I'm engaged now.
What?
Your father introduced me to him. He's a CEO of a big tech firm. My daughter loves him too. She can't wait for us to get married.
Ugh.
So, yeah, you're just a stranger to us now. You abandoned us. It's too late. There's nothing you can do. We don't need you anymore. You mean nothing to us. You understand that?
No.
Don't ever contact me again. Bye. For the last 10 years, he was leeching off of some other woman. But he got kicked out, so he came crawling back home. He was a mess. He didn't even know what he was doing anymore. Then he ran to his parents and... well, you know the rest. His parents had a long talk with him. They yelled at him for days. Everyone, including his relatives, were furious with him. And there was more. To pay off his debt, he was forced to go to work at a coal mine in the middle of nowhere. When his ride arrived, he put up a pretty good fight. Took 3 men to push him into the car. Sucks for him, but oh well, not my problem. He can rot in hell for all I care.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey sis, are you there?
Oh, hey Frankie, it's been a while.
I have a little favor to ask you.
What's up?
I'm gonna be going home this evening. Would you mind driving over to my mom and dad's place to help me unpack?
You're going home? Help you unpack?
Me and my husband got a divorce, so I'll be coming home to stay with my mom and dad.
You did what? Where'd this come from all of a sudden? I had to read that twice. I almost just spat my coffee out. Frankie, what the hell happened? Are you okay? You were barely married. What, 6 months? Did you tell your parents yet?
Yeah, I just messaged them.
Wow, I can't believe it. This is too sudden, Frankie.
Him and his family told me to never go anywhere near them again, so I left. There's no going back now. Me and him are dead in the water. All I can do is go back to live with mom and dad, at least for now. So that's why, my lovely favorite stepsister in the whole wide world, I need you to sort out a space for me to sleep there tonight. If you could just get me some pillows, a duvet. Oh, and don't forget the mattress. That would be great.
Just be careful on the way home, okay?
Madeline, is now a good time?
What is it?
I have a date with my boyfriend today.
What? You have a new boyfriend already?
Hold your horses, sis. I'm not finished yet. So here's the thing. The plan is to meet each other at the date spot. So I need you to take me out to the shopping mall in A-Town in your car.
You want me to drive you there? Isn't that mall at least an hour away from here? It'd take me 2 hours there and back. I'm super busy today, so I'm really sorry, but that's not gonna be possible.
LOL. Now I've heard it all. A neat, busy. You should become a comedian, sis. You're cracking me up here, LOL.
Listen, Frankie, I don't know where you got this idea that I'm a neat from, but I can assure you I'm not.
What?
How many times do I have to explain it to you? I've been working from home ever since my company introduced a remote working system.
Who are you trying to fool? Like, I'm gonna believe that. Don't you work in the production line at a factory? Are you seriously pretending you work from home doing a job that's only possible by going out to work in person? Not gonna lie, sis, I'm kinda embarrassed for you right now. You should have picked a better lie. I can see right through you.
Listen, Frankie, it's true. The company I work at does have an image of being nothing but factories and production lines in the eyes of the world. So you can be forgiven for thinking that, but I don't work in a production department. The work my department does is done on computers from start to finish, so it's entirely possible to do from home.
Fine, I get it. Computers, yada yada, remote work, yada yada. That actually sounds like the kind of thing my boyfriend does. He works in an IT company though, and you don't.
You don't have to work in an IT company to do remote work. It's becoming really common these days across basically every industry.
Basically, Maddie, what you really mean is you're a NEET, but you're so ashamed to admit it, you came up with some silly story full of holes to try and look cool, lol.
What?
I hear it's really common for NEETs to pretend they have jobs, you know. Apparently it's what they call a psychological coping tool. Tragic, really.
Ugh, I told you already, I'm not a NEET.
Anyway, can we stop wasting time on idle chit-chat now? It's boring. Hurry up and pick me in your car.
Not happening.
Why?
Because I have work today.
Huh? You're a NEET but you have work? That's a contradiction in terms, you silly Billy. Ugh, quit messing around, will you? I have to go soon.
Employees on a remote work schedule still have to show their face at the office a set amount of times each month. My break's gonna be over soon and I've already wasted enough of it on this conversation. Catch you later.
No, wait! I'll be late to my date if I get to the train now. Madeline!
Buzz, buzz.
You're so horrible! Why are you doing this to me? This is all your fault. I was late to my date and now my boyfriend's in a mood with me. Are you happy now? Is this what you wanted? How can you be so cruel? Wah!
Good evening, Frankie. I take this as about what you were pestering me over earlier. How can you blame me for you being late to your own date?
Isn't it obvious? The only reason I was late is because you wouldn't drive me there. That means it's your fault. My boyfriend is really strict when it comes to punctuality. I got there an hour later and he was in a rotten mood the whole time. He wouldn't laugh at my jokes and had the grumpiest look on his face. If I'm late again, he'll probably dump me.
If you were that desperate for me to take you, you could have at least asked me the day before.
Why do you need to know that far in advance? You're a NEET. It's not like you ever do anything. Take today, for example. You probably just couldn't be bothered to go out in the car because you wanted to slob it out playing a video game and eating potato chips in your cave. So you came up with some far-fetched lie about having to go into the office despite supposedly doing a remote work job. I can see right through you.
No, I'm employed with a company, so I'm obviously going to have to show my face at that company from time to time.
You're in the house 24/7. You're practically a part of the furniture. Since when do you ever go out to work?
I explained to you very clearly that I don't work remotely 100% of the time, and that I do in fact have to clock in at the office a few times a month.
How can you work on a factory production line at home?
For Christ's sake, Frankie, I told you, we're all pencil pushers in my department. We work at desks, on computers.
I've had it with you. Just you wait. I'm gonna do some digging and find undeniable proof you're in NEET. How can you live with yourself? You live a life of luxury goofing off around the house on my brother's dime while he's out slaving away doing an actual job. I'll get him to divorce you.
Frankie!
Oh look, it's my pitiful need of a sister-in-law.
Get back here right now.
N-O. Know what that spells? LOL. I'm on apology date right now because someone made me late for my last one. There's no way I'm letting you mess things up for me again. Actually, there's a chance I won't be coming home tonight if you catch my drift.
You've been messing with my computer, haven't you?
Oh, what's this? Sorry, I don't know what you mean.
I saw you letting yourself into my room with my mom and dad's spare key.
Huh?
I have security cameras set up in my study. I saw you plain as day sneaking in and doing something on my computer. Are you really gonna carry on playing innocent? Stop screwing me around, Frankie. This isn't a joke.
Wow, I got found out a whole lot sooner than I expected. You're pretty smart for a NEET.
You admit it then?
Fine, whatever. It was me. I found a folder named Work, so I deleted it. Whoops, LOL.
Do you have any idea what was inside that folder?
It was password protected, so I couldn't see inside. But I'm guessing it just had tons of games in. You probably just called it Work as a disguise so you could feel important. Hey, at least you won't be able to waste any more time goofing around the computer now. You should be thanking me. Serves you right, LOL.
That computer is for work use only. It was given to me by that company.
Huh?
That work folder that for some strange reason you think was full of games was full of proposals and reference materials I put together.
Huh? Proposals? Reference materials?
I told you, my company might have image of being nothing but factories and production lines in the eyes of the world, but to create products at a factory, there's also a need of departments to come up with those products in the first place. My department is responsible for the planning and design of new products, and since that's basically nothing but desk work, we work on a remote work basis most of the time. Do you understand now?
What the hell?
Anyway, the point is, you deleted all of my highly sensitive, highly important work data. Data that technically wasn't even mine, but belonged to my company.
But...
Obviously, I can't let you get away with that, so I have no choice but to report what you've done to your parents. What? No, wait! The funny thing is, Frankie, they told me all about you. Turns out the reason for your divorce was due to the $25,000 of debt you're in because of your frivolous spending on things you can't afford. What's worse, you're still not working, are you? Well, So the whole time you were calling me a NEET, you were the real NEET all along. A debt-ridden NEET at that. I really was shocked. For some reason, I had this image as you, in spite of your quirks, as more or less having your life together. I couldn't have been more wrong. LOL. Shut up! Oh yeah, that reminds me. Your mom and dad told me to pass on a message to you. Shopping needs who go around causing trouble for others are not welcome in our house. Get your things together and get the hell out. That's the message. Bye! Oh my god! And that's the story of how Frankie got booted out by her mom and dad and began her life of exorbitant debt repayments without a soul in the world to help her. To add insult to injury, I heard her boyfriend dumped her too. She showed him the chat logs of mine in our conversations because she thought he'd find them funny, but he was actually disgusted with her behavior and got mad. Apparently, she showed back up at home resembling a distressed panda, screaming "Why?" over and over again with floods of mascara streaming down her cheeks. Oh yeah, as for the work folder she deleted on my computer, turns out it was actually fine. Frankie isn't the most tech-savvy person in the world, and unbeknownst to her, all she actually meant when she gloated "serves you right" was that she sent it to the recycle bin, from which I was of course able to safely retrieve it. Naturally, I don't intend on telling her that. I feel like she's more likely to reflect on what she's done if she believes she caused me great inconvenience. I'm praying that she uses this whole affair as an opportunity to become a better person.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey!
Why are you messaging me when we're sat next to each other?
I'd feel edgy talking about this even if we lowered our voices.
This?
The inheritance.
You want to talk about that now?
Even if you subtract the taxes, it's $800,000. $800K! I'm so astonished I'm finding it hard to relax.
You have a point.
It came from selling off some land they originally bought for dirt cheap, which exploded in value with the development of a nearby resort. Is what they said, right?
Yeah. Apparently they left almost all the money behind untouched.
It's such a crazy amount. My head feels funny. I know it's a little disrespectful to be discussing this so soon after your dad passed away. But no matter what I do, I can't relax.
Yeah, I'm pretty restless myself as the one who inherited it.
I want to settle down before we arrive home, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But since we are where we are, I thought it'd be better to message you.
Fair enough. Go on.
I'll just come straight out with it. Have you thought about how you're going to use the $800,000?
No, not yet. But I did inherit as part of my dad's will. So I want to avoid spending it lightly.
Yeah, I get that.
At any rate, I think it's best we keep it quiet for now. If we start spending it unwisely and people catch on, it could cause us problems with the figure being as high as it is.
Even from me and Trent?
Yeah, I think so. For now, at least. Mia's in the middle of her high school exams right now, and next year, it'll be Trent's turn. I think we should avoid anything that might shock them. When we do eventually tell them, let's make sure the time is right.
Dad, I know you're in the middle of work, but can you reply?
Huh? Mia?
Is now a good time?
Yeah, I'm on a direct train home from work, so it's fine. What is it?
I'm on the way home from school.
Huh? Shouldn't you be at your after-school club now?
The teacher's advisor had some stuff going on, so today got canceled. But when I decided to stop by the bookstore on one of my changeovers on the way home,
What's up?
I saw Mom flirting with some guy on the open terrace of some cafe.
What?
I only managed to get the guy from behind, but do you want to see a picture?
Show me, please. This is...
It's hard to tell from the picture, but they had their fingers intertwined and were gazing to each other's eyes while deep in conversation. They kissed too.
I see.
My friend sneaked over and eavesdropped to try and figure out what they were talking about. Something about an inheritance?
The inheritance.
By any chance, is this about Grandpa's inheritance?
Probably. I'm gonna tell you everything soon.
Okay, I understand.
Tell the truth, I did think your mom had been behaving a little strange lately.
To be honest, me too.
Really?
Trent noticed it as well.
What are you playing at, Becky? To think you put your children through this.
I think Mom's gross.
Mia. Well, I get it. I guess that's the last thing a kid wants to see their mom doing. I'm sorry you had to see this side of your parents.
Stop it, Dad. You haven't done anything wrong.
Anyway, thanks for letting me know.
What will you do?
I'm still confused, and it's hard to think straight right now. But I'm pretty sure I need to gather more evidence.
Right.
Don't mention this to anyone for now, okay?
Got it. Dad,
Hmm?
I'm on your side.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Hey, sorry my message is late. I'm gonna stay over at my friend's place again tonight.
Your friend?
The girl I always stay with.
The one you made friends with 6 months back over your shared hobbies?
Yeah, that's her. She was talking to me about some things that were bothering her, but I don't think I'll make the last train now. I'm really sorry this happens so often. Me and doing the housework is such a big help.
Nope, this isn't gonna work with me anymore.
Huh?
You're cheating on me, aren't you?
Wait, what?
You're so careless that not just me, but even the kids noticed. I'm just wondering what the hell you think you're playing at. The private investigator said from the beginning you didn't seem concerned about hiding it.
Wow, you hired a private investigator. Fine, I'm having an affair.
You admitted that awfully easily. Should I interpret this as you being prepared for the divorce?
Well, I guess I did. If we've been found out, then I've got no choice. I'd rather just admit it and get it over with quickly than have it get messy and drag on. Besides, getting divorced involves nothing but positives for me.
You've changed.
Huh?
Actually, I have a feeling there's no merit in this affair for you.
Let's just get it out of the way instead of having it turn chaotic. By the way, the divorce papers are in the drawer of my dresser. I'll come and get my stuff when you're not at the house. So I'll leave when you hand them and up to you. It'd be best if you could get it done this week, though.
I know what you want. You gonna go stay with your lover now?
Yeah, I am. You probably know who he is if you hired a private investigator, right?
Of course.
Well then, I won't go into minute detail, but that is where I'm going. When the compensation and other financial stuff's all been dealt with, give him a call, okay?
Okay.
Bye! Ugh, pick up!
What?
What the hell are you doing? Why do I have to pay compensation? And not just me, but my boyfriend too.
Ah, I see the paperwork arrived.
Ugh, not I see the paperwork arrived. The stuff that's written here. Me and my boyfriend have to pay you compensation? You're not splitting any of your assets? And you won't be paying child support for Mia and Trent? What the hell are you doing?
Is there a problem?
Obviously. First of all, the compensation is paid by the party responsible for the divorce.
You're the one responsible for the divorce.
No, I'm not. What are you saying? It's your fault for not being able to stop my heart from wandering.
Huh?
And the assets. Any assets obtained while married should be split 50-50 in a divorce. To think you try to keep everything to yourself. Aren't you ashamed to call yourself a man?
Even if I wanted to split my assets with you, you spent nearly all the money from our shared savings. There was barely $230 left in the account. Taking the compensation and child support into consideration, there was no way you were going to get any assets.
Huh? $230? Don't talk nonsense. You haven't actually forgotten, have you?
Forgotten what?
The $800,000 you inherited. You inherit it while we were married, so it's subject to asset distribution. Basically, it gets split in half, and $400,000 of it is mine.
By any chance, were you being that brazen with your lover on purpose so you could get your hands on the $400,000 when my assets were split?
Bingo. Divorce can't be initiated by the one having the affair, so I waited for you to do it for me. Now me and him will finally get a fresh start and be happy together.
Just hold on a minute. Are you completely unaware that everything you just said is tragically diluted nonsense?
What? Nonsense!
Compensation for infidelity is paid by the party responsible for the affair to the partner they were unfaithful towards. That's why you and your lover will be the one paying me compensation.
Huh?
Also, and this was something my lawyer told me, but he said that property inherited by a spouse during a marriage isn't subject to asset division in the event of divorce.
No way!
My lawyer's number's in those documents. If you don't believe me, feel free to ask him in detail yourself.
Well, what about child support? Surely you'll be paying me child support payments.
I would if you were getting custody of Mia and Trent.
Well, you will then, won't you?
No, I won't.
I'm terribly sorry, but custody of children is always awarded to the mother.
I know that.
Right? Well then, to cover both of them, I want $1,500 per month in child support.
You haven't forgotten how old your kids are, have you?
What does that have to do with anything?
Mia's 16, Trent's 15. They're old enough to decide for themselves who they want to stay with.
Huh? That's a thing?
And FYI, they both said they want to stay with me.
Like hell they did. Children, you know, need their mothers more than their fathers. Not knowing that alone disqualifies you from being a dad. I'll be taking custody of them.
I told you, it's not happening.
Why?
Mia's the one who found out about the affair.
What?
As for Trent, he might not have seen anything directly, but he knew something was off for a long time. Do you really think they'd want to stay with the person responsible for hurting them with their infidelity?
How am I supposed to know that if they don't tell me?
Oh, and they've both blocked all communications from you.
What?
They said they don't want to see your face, and they don't want to talk to you.
No, wait, this can't be.
I think that should tell you how they feel about you.
No way, does this mean I won't get any money at all?
Obviously. In fact, you'll be the one paying.
No, wait!
All of the details are in the documents I sent you, so make sure you read them thoroughly.
Wait!
You can contact me through my lawyer from now on.
No!
Well then, I'll be blocking you now. My wife's affair was with her then-married ex-boyfriend who was in a relationship of 3 years. My wife and her ex were under the false impression that inherited property would be subject to asset distribution. So they shamelessly paraded their affair out in the open. But their plan was so sloppy and ignorant that I was left completely dumbfounded. Our kids were equally as astonished. After dragging their parents into the mess they'd created, they somehow managed to string together the compensation they owed, and I got all of it in a single payment. Her lover also got a divorce, and of course, they had to pay his wife's compensation too. It's said that money drives people crazy. There's something ironic about the two of them ending up in debt hell totaling over $150,000 because they were so obsessed with it. Now they spend their days working crazy hours living in a rundown apartment while constantly trying to shift the blame onto each other. This is all your fault!
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Carl, you really surprised me just now. I never imagined in a million years you'd announce the marriage like that.
Sorry to get you all together at such a busy period in the morning, Miss Martin. But today was the only day I was able to make the announcement at work. Apologies to trouble you over my personal affairs, but I wanted everybody to know.
Oh, don't be silly, Carl. You don't have to be so formal and stiff around me. Just call me Betty, like always.
Huh? But I always call you Miss Martin. I guess I don't mind calling you Betty, though. One other thing. I'd appreciate if you wouldn't message me so much while we're at work. It's kind of a distraction from my job.
I don't see the problem. That's just how we are together, right? Anyway, it's almost your break time. Don't be such a spoil sport.
I still have another 30 minutes left until my break.
But wow, Carl. I was really shocked when you made the announcement in front of everyone like that. I must admit, though, I did feel a teeny weeny bit embarrassed.
Well, I was announcing my wedding. It'd be weird if I didn't do it in front of everyone. I'm gonna be real busy with preparations for the ceremony from now on, so I had to get it done this morning.
Wow. You're already making preparations for the wedding? I love how proactive you are. But really, to think you'd get started on the preparations without telling me.
We haven't decided on a day, so I haven't told work about that yet. We plan on going on honeymoon too. So I'll most likely be taking a fair bit of time off after the wedding. I'm really sorry if you guys feel an increase in the workload while I'm not around.
Wow, a honeymoon too? Baby, I had no idea you thought so much of me. I feel like a special lady right now. I accept. The answer is yes. Thank you for proposing to me. I will hereby be known as Betty Butler. Let's be happy together, baby.
What the... Wait, what? What are you talking about?
From here on out, I'm no longer Betty Martin. Starting from today, my name is Betty Butler. Your darling. I don't mind if it's only in private, but please call me Betty from now on, okay?
Huh? What is this? What do you mean?
Your wedding announcement was a way of proposing to me in secret, right? Things could get awkward at work for us at work if we came out. The questions would be never ending. I think you made the right decision. It's much better this way, at least for now. You really are so thoughtful. I love that about you. But really, darling, even if you just told everyone the truth, my feelings for you wouldn't change. My heart is yours forever and always. To tell you the truth, I would have preferred a more romantic proposal. A special moment beneath the stars in a garden of some French restaurant with a relaxed, laid-back atmosphere and a breathtaking nighttime landscape view of the city. But wow, to propose to me at work in front of everyone like that was so bold. You have testicles like bowling balls, Carl. I think I'm even hotter for you now.
What? Sorry, Betty, but I really don't know what you mean by any of this. Please, could you explain? You think I proposed to you? What makes you say that?
Don't talk silly. I'm your fiancé, right?
Huh? You are?
You did say me and my longtime girlfriends are finally gonna tie the knot, didn't you? That girlfriend is me, right? We've been dating for a whole 3 years now. The best 3 years of my life!
No! What are you saying? You can't be serious! You've got it all wrong! I don't know why you think that, but you're wrong! My fiancé is someone else! You and I aren't getting married? What kind of mental gymnastics have you been pulling to convince yourself of this? Did you think we were dating this whole time?
Oh, darling, you don't need to be shy or embarrassed around me. I remember the day you got transferred to my department 3 years ago like it was yesterday. I remember how you confessed your love to me with your intense, loving gaze. I won't let you say you forgot, baby.
What? I seriously don't understand what you're talking about! I don't remember looking at you like that! Besides, what does confessing my love to you with my gaze mean? Is that even possible?
You're so cute when you get all flustered. Don't be shy, darling. I already know how you feel. Let's start making preparations for the wedding this weekend. Just the two of us, okay? Oh, that reminds me. I have to hand in my resignation. I'll get it done before the end of today, so just hold on, baby. I'm gonna be your stay-at-home housewife. I'll see you on dinner break, baby. Speak later.
Wait! Betty! Excuse me. Does this number belong to a Mr. Carl Butler? Yeah, that's me. Who's this? My name's Albert Martin. I'm Betty Martin's husband. What? Betty's husband? She's married? That's right, she is. There are a couple of things I'd like to ask you, Carl. I got your phone number from a business card of yours I found under my wife's pillow. Allow me to get straight to the point. Are you my wife's lover? What? Her lover? The thing is, Betty handed me some divorce papers as I was eating my roast potatoes this evening. I practically spat my coffee out all over the table. She told me a certain Carl Butler had proposed to her at work, and that she intends to marry him. She made it very clear that the reason she was divorcing me was so she could be with you. Wrong! I'm just her co-worker! All the stuff you just mentioned about me proposing to her is wrong! She's making a huge misunderstanding! A misunderstanding? What do you mean by that? It's true, I did announce my engagement at work today, but I obviously wasn't proposing to your wife. My fiancé is someone else. Somehow, Betty managed to convince herself my engagement announcement was in fact a way of secretly proposing to her, and she started sending me all these weird messages. She won't leave me alone. I'm starting to wonder if this is what it feels like to have a stalker. She won't leave you alone? All day at work, she kept sending me messages asking about what kind of wedding we're gonna have, who we'll invite, where we're going on honeymoon, plus plenty of other crazy stuff. On our dinner break, she threw the lunchbox my fiancé made me all over the floor and forced me to share hers with her. She's been going around telling people at work she and I are engaged, and somehow even has the phone numbers of my out-of-work friends, who she keeps calling to announce the news. I tried to slip out of the office quickly without her noticing, but she was waiting behind a car outside and followed me all the way home. I know! I'll send you screenshots of our chat logs. I feel awful about being accused of cheating. I want you to know it isn't true. No, it's okay. I merely wanted to hear your side of the story. I'm not accusing you of anything. I had some suspicions this might have been the case. To tell you the truth, something similar happened with my wife a few years ago. It looked as though she was about to be taken to court on stalking charges at one point. I couldn't help but feel this might be the same kind of behavior rearing its ugly head again. I'm so sorry for all the trouble my wife has caused you. Really? I had no idea about that! Sorry to bring this up, but there's more than a 30-year age gap between me and your wife. To tell you the truth, to have a woman old enough to be my mother obsessing over me and harassing me with creepy remarks makes me super uncomfortable. My attempts at rejecting her fall on deaf ears. There's just no talking to her. It's almost like I'm talking to a brick wall. If things carry on at this rate, I'm really worried she might start going after my fiancé, and the thought of her getting hurt, I'm actually pretty terrified. I truly am sorry for everything my wife's put you through, Carl. To think you're so young, too. No, I'm the one who should be apologizing. I feel awful that your wife divorced you because of me. Actually, I think after all that's happened, it's finally time. I'll be going through with the divorce. Huh? My patience has reached its limit. I've reached the point where I have to accept it. She's beyond help. There's only so much one man can take. You know how I said she nearly got taken to court on stalking charges before? The only reason she didn't is because I settled with them out of court, paying the compensation out of my own pocket. I can't afford to take another hit like that because of my wife's behavior, mentally or financially. I made excuses for her and looked the other way the first time because she was my wife, and I loved her. But to think she's back up to her old tricks, it's exactly the same as before. I can't go through this again. I think divorcing is for the best if that's what you want. But don't you think there's a chance she might get even worse afterwards? She might feel like she's been liberated from the only thing holding her back and escalate. Of course. Don't worry. I won't just be washing my hands of her and letting her do whatever she wants. I'll be taking decisive measures to make absolutely certain she never causes you any trouble ever again. Rest at ease, young man. This regrettable little episode will all be over soon. What do you mean by decisive measures? If it's okay with you, I'd really appreciate if you let me know. Ah, yes, certainly.
Carl! I handed it in first thing this morning. My resignation. I have lots of holiday to use up before my last day, so you won't see me around the office again after tomorrow. I've already started getting my things together, and I'll be moving into your place over the next few days.
Miss Martin, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this, but you and I are not engaged. My fiancé is someone else.
Don't be shy, sweetie. We're already a couple, you silly Billy.
No, we are not. Let me make this crystal clear. You and I are not together, and you're causing me so many problems. You've got no idea. If you don't cut this out soon, I'm gonna report you to the police for stalking me. Do you really want to have to pay compensation again? You'll go to court for real this time.
Huh? Wait, how? How do you know about the compensation?
I got a message from your husband last night. He told me all about how this isn't your first time doing something like this. And it got so bad before that you almost got taken to court. You obviously didn't learn your lesson. Do you want me to file charges too? I swear I'll do it!
He told you? That traitor! It's all lies! Hateful lies! He's just jealous, baby! I'm no cheater! How could I cheat if my heart has only ever belonged to you, Carl?
I don't want it! You can have it back! Anyway, if you don't stop harassing me, I'm reporting you to the police and filing stalking charges! You're creeping the hell out of me, and I'm more stressed than I've been in years! I'm barely eating, and it's messing with my sleep!
How could you say such things? Stop it! Are you saying the announcement you made the other day in front of the whole office was a lie?
No, I'm saying it was never directed at you in the first place! You and I aren't getting married, and we never will!
Please, Carl, marry me! I'm divorcing my husband for you!
Yeah, I know. He said he's committed to going ahead with it too. He also said he intends to sue you for damages.
Huh? Damages?
The settlement money from your last stalking episode. He paid your victim off so you wouldn't get taken to court, didn't he? He said he's taking you to court over it. To quote the man himself, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Looks like you won't be getting away with it this time." He intends to sue you for damages while you go through the divorce proceedings.
Wait! That's ancient history! How could he do that? It's hardly fair to sue me over something that happened such a long time ago!
That's for you and him to discuss. I couldn't possibly comment. You and I are strangers, and it's not my problem.
Strangers? We're set to be married, Carl. Your words are cruel and they hurt me.
We are not getting married! Not now, not next week, not next month, not next year, not ever! We're strangers!
We're not getting married? This can't be happening. Why are you telling me all of this now all of a sudden?
What? Are you serious? How many times have I told you by now? I'm marrying someone else! How is it even possible that you're only just noticing now? Has your husband divorcing you brought you back down to reality?
Isn't it obvious? If we don't get married, I just handed in my resignation for nothing! It was supposed to be your stay-at-home housewife. The boss already finalized the proceedings! Ah!
That's not my problem. You're the one who went off and handed in your resignation based on the most ridiculous misunderstanding in human history!
No, this can't be real! I have to cancel my resignation! They have to reverse it somehow! I need to go see HR right now!
Before you do, please deal with the customers on their way to see you.
Huh? Customers?
That's right. Think of it as your final job at this company. Your parents are on their way to the office.
What? My parents?
Apparently, your husband called them out yesterday to ensure you never go causing anyone trouble like this ever again. On top of divorcing you, he made arrangements for your parents to take you in.
What? No!
I heard from your husband about how your dad's a super strict ex-military man. Is that right? He said something about your mom being the kind of woman you absolutely do not want to get on the wrong side of, too. Here's the worst part. Apparently, she flipped out when your husband explained what you've been up to, including what you're doing to me now and the time you nearly got taken to court. Between the expletives, he's pretty sure he heard her say you're going back to the family home where they can keep a watchful eye on you.
What? No! Please make it stop! Carl!
I'm sorry, but this is way beyond my pay grade. I wouldn't be able to make it stop even if I wanted to. Please discuss things as a family from here on out.
Please wait! You have no idea how bad this is! Me and my parents never got along! I can't go back there! I can't! I'm begging you, send them back, please!
I can hardly go sending them back. When they've gone to such trouble to come out from such a long way away, that would just be rude.
Carl, please, I'll do anything! I'm so sorry for yesterday. I'm so sorry for everything!
Not my problem. Hey, I think that's your parents pulling up in the car park now. Good luck with everything. Something tells me we'll never be seeing each other again. After that, I put in a sneaky word with the boss, preventing Betty's attempt at withdrawing her resignation. Then, ensuring she had no means of escaping her fate, I escorted her to her parents in the car park. Despite her mom and dad both being in their 70s, they seemed super fit and energetic. And I knew what Albert had meant by her dad being a strict ex-military man the moment I laid eyes on him. The pair of them grabbed their daughter by the scruff of the neck and drove off after literally dragging her into the car. 2 days later, her mom and dad came back to the office. They apologized profusely for the reign of terror their daughter had subjected me to, and gave me some money by way of saying sorry. Due to the circumstances, the judge declared Betty's husband would be entitled to all of her assets in the divorce, and he came out of the marriage with a tidy sum of money. Betty herself was taken far, far away, back to her parents' house, where she was forced to undergo a strict regimen of re-education. It's crazy when you think about it. A woman in her 50s having to be re-disciplined by her elderly parents? I'm so dumbfounded, I have no words.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Kathy, you got time to talk? I just checked the warehouse area of the company. I noticed that your car was parked there, but a whole bunch of other cars. What's this all about?
Oh, good morning, Laura. Sorry about that. I forgot to tell you about that. I will be borrowing that open space behind the warehouse for 10 days. Just so you know, we're friends from our kids' school, so I figured it was okay. You don't mind, do you? Just 30 cars for 10 days. It's not like you're using the space anyways.
Excuse me? I really don't know what you're talking about. I talked to the office manager who oversees the property. You told him I gave you permission? You got him to open the gate and just drove those cars in. Are you out of your mind? I never gave you permission to do that.
I was planning on getting your permission later on. Anyways, you're the president's wife. I don't see a problem. We are friends after all. Just let me use it for free. Just for 10 days. It's just an empty lot. It's not being used at all. So, what's the problem?
Just because our kids go to the same school doesn't mean you can just bring your cars here and park without permission. And this is a weekday? And you bring 30 cars in here? What's this about anyway?
Well, okay. You know my son. Well, his team won the basketball championship last week. Well, in order to celebrate this victory, we decided on a 10-day trip for all the kids and parents. Since it's almost winter break, it was perfect timing. We plan to take in various basketball games and do a little sightseeing. It will be a blast for sure. The kids deserve it.
What's that got to do with me?
We chartered several buses for the trip, which leaves from City Hall. But during the week, the place is really crowded. The parking area around that place on a work week is just awful and expensive. I have to find a spot for everyone. Like I said, this is a 10-day trip, and everyone has a lot of luggage. You know, the parking fee is highway robbery in my opinion. Then it hit me. I remembered that your company was nearby, and you guys had that open space by the warehouse.
I'm sorry? Are you really being serious? I can't understand your reasoning.
The place is walking distance from City Hall, and besides, you're not using the area anyway. So I figured, our kids go to the same school, and we know each other fairly well, so I was sure you would help us out.
You're way out of line. You can't just leave 30 cars here without even asking me first. And for your information, that area is currently being used. The cargo trucks come in regularly. We need that area to park the trucks and store the cargo. Those trucks are going to be coming and going all week. It'll be full by the end of the day. I can't allow you to park there. It'll disrupt our business.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't you just close up shop while we're gone? Problem solved. Your place isn't some big corporation. Closing for 10 days or so wouldn't make much difference. And what if it goes bankrupt? Nobody would care.
Huh?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I really should have said that. But it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, whatever. Just get those cars off our property right away. This cannot stand. It's business obstruction.
It's too late for that. We're already in the bus and on our way. I'm sorry, but we can't return now. Please just give it up. I mean, it's just for 10 days, for God's sake. We'll be out of your hair in 10 days.
Have you totally lost it? We're not in this business for fun. This is a legitimate business.
Come on, loosen up. It's just 10 days. We'll be back before you know it. Have a little patience. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Your husband's company has connections with the company my husband works at, right? If you even think about getting those cars towed, well, I'll have my husband terminate all accounts with your company.
Huh? Are you threatening me?
Take it however you like. Okay, so make sure those cars aren't moved. See you in 10 days. Hey Laura, we're back. Wow, what a great trip.
Oh, hello, Kathy. I was counting the days for your return.
Thank you so much for taking care of the cars for such a long time. Really appreciate it. Are you at home now? Nobody seems to be at the office, and the gates are closed. Could you open the gates ASAP? I'll have everyone get the cars out, and we'll be out of your way. Can't be obstructing business any further.
If you want the cars released, you're going to have to pay $40,000.
Huh? $40,000? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the cost for leasing out the space next to our warehouse. Due to the disruption of our business, this unauthorized parking of 30 vehicles in our warehouse area, you are insured for such damages, I hope.
What? You're not serious. Do you expect me to pay? But you allowed us to use that space for free.
I never said I would let you use it free of charge. You and your friends just drove right in and parked. You never even asked for permission. I never once gave you permission. I will have you pay for the damages to our business.
It's just parking. So what's this $40,000? It would have been cheaper to park at City Hall. 10 or 20 bucks a day tops.
Okay, I'll give you a brief summary of what this amount entails. When the delivery trucks came in, we had no place to store the goods, so we had no choice but to use the employee parking area. The employees were forced to park their cars at a nearby parking facility. That cost was $40 a day times 25 cars times 10 days. That's $10,000 right there. In addition, we were forced to lease the space for all the cargo we couldn't fit in the warehouse area. We had to lease a storage area across town, only place we could find at the last minute. So the cost of that storage area, the moving cost and labor cost for moving the stuff, we also had to lease the trucks and the forklifts. But still, we weren't able to fit all of it into the storage area, so there's damages for that. Oh yeah, and the parking cost to our clients. Did I mention the security we had to hire to watch over the stuff in the storage area? The total adds up to $40,000. Because you went ahead and used that area without permission, it put our entire business schedule into turmoil. We ended up having to cover various costs that we would not have encountered if that area was open. That's what it's used for. I expect this amount to be paid ASAP, or the cars stay put.
Huh? How am I going to pay $40,000? I told the other mothers that you would allow us to use that space for free. I can't very well ask them to pay now.
Oh, really? You know what? I contacted the club your son belongs to. They tell me you charged each member $50 per car for permission to park on our property. Is that right?
Oh, well, you know, I was just,
So that's $50 a head, $1,500. Nice. Does that mean you charged them $50 to park here, but then insisted that you park for free? Nice pocket change.
Huh? No, you got it all wrong. I would never sow such a thing. I was going to give all that to you once we got back from the trip.
Then why did you insist I let you use that area for free? I have that line conversation saved. I could send it to you if you'd like.
I was just joking around. Can you even take a joke? Do you really think I would con the other mothers for $1,500? It was all one big joke, that's all.
Oh, really? It was all one big joke, huh?
Of course. Come on, Laura. Do you really think I was serious?
Do you really think you'll be forgiven if you say it's all a joke?
Huh?
If you consider this all a big joke, you're more devious than I realized. With your stupid little joke, you caused this company $40,000 in damages, and I expect you to pay it in full. And that $40,000 is only an estimate and doesn't even come close to how much business we lost in the last 10 days.
It's actually more than $40,000?
Of course. Our business was disrupted for 10 full days. Do you know what that means? Our employees ended up doing overtime because of the schedule change. We spent hours locating a suitable storage site. If you put into consideration the overtime and labor costs, it would be more like $60,000. If we continue like this for any longer, we would have gone bankrupt. So, I'll ask you again. Did you seriously do this as a joke? You were planning on bankrupting our company as a joke. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. I didn't mean it like that. That was never my intention.
If you, Kathy, have no intention of paying, I will draw up an invoice to your husband's company. Is that okay with you? You did say if I didn't allow you to use the space, you would get your husband to terminate our account. Do you remember that? Because you said that, I have no choice but to conclude that your husband's company is a party to all of this.
No, please. I didn't mean that. My husband's company had nothing to do with this. Please leave him out of it.
But you threatened me. You said you would get your husband to terminate our account with them, and now you say he has nothing to do with this? Now, I could laugh at that joke.
Really, it's no joke. This is not a joke. I'm sorry. Please, calm down. I'll pay. Okay, I'll pay. I will do something about it. I'll pay. So, could you please open the gates and get the cars out? The other mothers and their kids want to get home, so please.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. Like I said, if you want the cars released, you must first pay up. I don't trust you, to be honest. You may just up and run.
How could you do that? It's like you don't trust me at all. Besides, our kids go to the same school. I consider you a friend.
Do you really think I trust you after what you pulled? I feel sorry for the other mothers, but I can't open those gates until you pay for damages.
Please, you can't do this. What am I going to do? What do I tell the other mothers? Everyone has a load of luggage. What do I tell them? Please, open the gates. Please.
When I was frantically asking you to stop, you completely ignored me. Don't you think you're being a little selfish? You almost ruined our company.
I'm sorry. I was in the wrong. Please forgive me. I promise I will pay for the damages. Just let me get the cars out.
I'm sorry, no can do. Call a cab for the others, they'll be okay. I have an early morning tomorrow, so I better get going. Goodbye.
Please wait. Don't leave me hanging. Please.
Sorry. Good night. The next morning, Kathy and her husband arrived at our office. They both profusely apologized for the harm they caused and for using the space without permission. The mothers were furious at Kathy for lying to them and was forced to pay the taxi fees for everyone. As for the $40,000 that I was demanding, the amount was way over what she could pay on the spot, so Kathy apparently confessed everything to her husband and asked him to pay the damages. Her husband made her promise she would never do something like this again and agreed to pay the damages and, in addition, compensation on her behalf. I brought along our company lawyer who drew up all the necessary papers. With the legal papers in hand, they were allowed to finally remove the cars from our property and back to their owners. As of Kathy, we didn't want to traumatize her kid with this unfortunate incident, so all involved decided to keep the whole affair confidential. We agreed to explain to the other mothers that it was all a misunderstanding, that I had mistaken the day when the cars would be parked. After a while, our business finally got back on track. What a relief. For a while there, I thought we would go bankrupt. As appreciation for all the hard work my employees put in during this time of crisis, I included a hefty year-end bonus to all employees. Oh, and I increased the security around our warehouse and adjoining spaces so such incidents never occur again.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hannah, I just handed in the divorce papers.
Great.
I take it you know where we both stand on custody of the kids. The twins, Ben and Ivy. You get Ivy, and I get Ben.
To tell you the truth, I still don't agree with it.
What good is complaining after all this time? It's already decided, and there's no going back.
I know that, but I can't just look the other way when you call our daughter such horrible things. A brainless good-for-nothing? Really?
It's the truth. What do you want me to do, lie? I have to take Ben because my dad's company is in urgent need of a successor. But Ivy? Yeah, that's not happening. It'd be one thing if she was smart and gifted like Ben, but it seems like she didn't inherit my amazing elite genes like he did. Her grades are average at best. Her face is ordinary. She's not even good at sports. She has no redeeming qualities. She's literally the most average kid I'd ever met. Why would I want her? In any case, the only life that could possibly await a girl like that is marrying into the family of some run-of-the-mill office worker. There's no way she's got what it takes to inherit my dad's company. What benefit is there in having her around eating my food? As long as I get Ben, I'm happy.
Oh, good grief. It goes without saying that you better not ever say any of those things to her face. But don't go spewing your poison in front of Ben either. They're twins. They think a lot of each other. They're well past the age of not being able to understand things adults say, so you need to be careful. I'll be furious if I hear you've been filling Ben's head with horrible things about his sister.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's not like me and you are ever gonna meet again after this, is it?
I'm serious. Please, don't. Take good care of Ben, won't you?
Of course I will. I don't need you to tell me. He's gonna get an elite education and make tons of money, you'll see. Benny boy is going places.
It's not that I don't understand you wanting those things for him, but please make sure you let him do the stuff he wants to do sometimes too, okay?
Yeah, whatever. I guess this is it then.
Yeah. Bye.
Hey, Mom, is now a good time?
Hey, Ivy. Sure, what's up?
So I'm heading to the station near college right now. You'll never believe this, but my old dad is waiting by the ticket gate.
What? What do you mean?
My friend who went home before me sent me a message. Apparently he's going around the station asking every single young girl he sees, "Are you Ivy?" To anyone else, he probably just looks like a sex offender.
What the?
I carefully continued to the station to see whether it was actually him. And sure enough, of course he looks a little older than I remember him, but it's him.
What the heck is that man playing at?
Right? After all this time! He was dead set on only taking Ben back then, too. He had no interest in me whatsoever. I remembered like it was yesterday, how he smugly declared, "I'm fine as long as I have Ben," while reclining on the sofa and chuckling to himself like a jackass.
Oh, me too, sweetie.
Anyway, I need to come home, so I'm gonna enter the station through the ticket gate on the opposite side of the station, the one by the tracks. I'll probably be 1 or 2 trains later than usual.
Okay, got it. Make sure he doesn't see you. Be careful, Ivy.
Hello, Hannah. It's been a while. It's me, Gary. We need to talk.
We do?
Yes, we do. So it's like this, see? About a week ago.
You were lurking around the station like some creep trying to find Ivy?
Huh? You know?
I know. You were running around approaching every girl who looked like they might be under 25, asking if they were Ivy, weren't you? One of the girls you approached was Ivy's friend. Thankfully, she messaged her immediately with a warning to avoid the area.
Oh, I see. So does that mean she went home a different way so I wouldn't find her?
That's right.
How could she? I went out of my way to try to find her. We could have finally been reunited. I'm her father, damn it!
This makes no sense. Did you forget everything that happened back then?
Huh?
The reason we divorced in the first place is because Ben was the only child who existed in yours and your dad's eyes. On the rare occasion you actually acknowledged mine and Ivy's existences, you treated us like dirt. Your face practically lit up when I suggested divorce, and you had the papers signed and handed in before the day was up. You had no interest in having any part in Ivy's life, and you certainly weren't going to fight for custody of her. In spite of that, I suddenly hear you're running around the station, approaching every teenage girl you see like some kind of a sex pest in order to try and track down your estranged daughter? I'm struggling to understand here. Can you help me out a little?
What choice did I have? I don't know where you guys live anymore. All I had was some vague information on which college he's at. And so that was my only option.
That's not what I'm asking. Not that that's not a problem, too. But if you wanted to meet Ivy, you should have come to me first. I'm her mother and legal guardian. We intentionally kept hold of each other's numbers for this exact reason, did we not? Stop taking liberties.
Do you really want me to go into all the boring details? I don't have time for that. The point is, Ivy's doing really well now, isn't she? Looks like you did a half-decent job raising her after all. I heard she always gets the top grades in school and was even president of the student council. Is it true? What's more, she even got into Apple College. Everyone knows how brutal their entrance exams are, so she must have something in between those ears of hers after all.
What's your point?
The point is that it turns out she did inherit my amazing elite genes after all, and this just proves it. That's my girl, which means I'll be taking custody of her. Thanks to your hard work, you did a great job, really. You can leave the rest to me.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? Ivy must have gotten into college on a scholarship fund, right? And she has to be working crazy hours at some part-time job.
Scholarship fund? Part-time job?
You can't play dumb with me, Hannah, because I'm smart. Very, very smart. We agreed neither of us would pay child support at the time of the divorce since we were both taking a kid each. But unlike me, who was always working, and at a pretty good company at that, you were a stay-at-home housewife until the divorce. Even if you did manage to find a job after the split, your salary would have likely been average at best, realistically speaking. Now thinking about it logically, the only way Ivy could afford to go to Apple College despite being raised by a poverty-stricken single mother like you is through some kind of scholarship fund or job. Am I right? Or am I right?
What happened to all that stuff you said about Ben?
Huh?
You used to always say you'd be happy as long as you had Ben. What happened to that?
That kid. He was a complete disappointment.
What?
He betrayed my expectations in the most pathetic, cowardly way. He ran away as soon as he graduated high school, in the middle of the night, no less. Pfft, I have no idea where he is now.
Are you even gonna bother looking for him?
I was so disappointed I didn't feel like wasting my time trying. I decided to wait for him to come back and apologize before considering forgiveness. Not gonna lie, that hurt. I was pretty dejected. But right around the same time, I got word of what a high achiever Ivy was turning out to be. I thought it could only be fate. Which is why I'm doing whatever I can to find her as quickly as I can. With me raising her, she won't have to waste her time working some crummy job or relying on scholarship money to study. I'm exactly what she needs right now. Oh yeah, my dad changed his mind. He's ready to let her be the successor to his company now.
Gary, do you even know which faculty at Apple College Ivy is studying at?
Huh?
The legal faculty.
What? Wasn't she majoring in economics?
She decided she wanted to be a lawyer and went to college to study law instead.
A lawyer? No, she will not be a lawyer. Starting next year, we'll transfer her to the Faculty of Economics. Contact the college and have them initiate the procedures now!
Why?
Because she has to inherit my dad's company. She can't do that if she's a frickin' lawyer. She has to learn economics. There's no other option.
Oh, so that's why.
Huh?
You were trying to force that on Ben, too, weren't you?
Forcing? A father's authority is final! He has no right to disobey my command, and learning economics is an essential requirement of inheriting my dad's company. You should be careful how you speak to me.
Do you have any interest in what Ben himself wants to do with his life? Do you even know what that is?
Huh?
Your son wants to be a chef.
A chef?
You do know how much he loves cooking, don't you?
Oh yeah, I remember catching him wearing that stupid hat a while back. That stuff's for pansies. I told him how shameful his stupid effeminate behavior was and banned him from embarrassing me by ever doing it again.
I know. That's why he ran away in the night.
Huh?
Ever since he graduated high school, he's been working part-time to save up money to go to a specialist culinary arts college. He's set to start studying there next April.
He is? Hey, wait a second. How do you know all this? You weren't supposed to meet him after the divorce! We agreed!
I know, we didn't meet. At least not while you had legal custody of him.
Huh? What are you trying to say?
Don't tell me you forgot. Ben and Ivy both turned 20 the year before last.
Huh? So what?
They're fully fledged adults now, so the custody terms we agreed on during the divorce no longer apply. Ben doesn't need your permission to come and see me anymore.
Oh, he doesn't, huh?
Which is why he came to see me, just yesterday in fact.
Wait a sec! How did he know where you live?
He and Ivy have had the same friends since back in elementary school, so he's always known my address.
How dare you! You've all been conspiring behind my back this whole time!
Ben told me all sorts of things. For example, how you temporarily became president of your dad's company. But were too much of an incompetent moron to run it properly, and your aged dad was forced to take the reins again before he ended up in the red or going bankrupt. By some miracle, you're still hanging on to the managerial position by a thread, but your dad swore you'd never be president again. Then, to make matters worse, Ben, who'd he'd been grooming to be his successor, decided he wanted to be a chef instead and pulled a disappearing act. The only reason you're trying to track down Ivy now is because you're out of candidates to inherit the company, isn't it?
If you're such an expert on the situation, why don't you just hand her over already? You know damn well it's in Ivy's best interest to be a household with money so she can focus on her studies. You're just being stubborn and selfish.
There's just one problem. Ivy never wants to see you again.
What?
I did just tell you, but she went out of her way to avoid you as soon as she heard you were out looking for her at the station. You can think of that as her response to your proposal.
Do you understand what a generous offer this is? I'm offering to cover all of her expenses until she graduates college. Not only that, but there's a CEO position waiting for her when she does. With me, she walks the path of the elite. With you, it's nothing but poverty, poverty, poverty! The opportunity to live a life free from financial worry is staring her right in the face! She'll never struggle for money again!
Gary, Ivy isn't studying on a scholarship.
Huh?
She doesn't have any money worries at all.
Don't make me laugh. There's no way a peasant like you could afford to cover her tuition fees at Apple College. What did you do? Rob a bank? You're obviously just making up desperate lies because you're scared of losing her when she realizes how much better her life will be with me. I've got it. Fine. I don't mind if we get back together.
Excuse me?
If we do that, you can guarantee Ivy a better life without having to say goodbye. Win-win!
No, really. We're doing fine for money.
You're clearly putting up a bold front. Tragic. I know that deep down you're chomping at the bit to go ahead with what I'm proposing. You're just too proud to admit it. One thing though, when I say me and you can get back together, you should know what I mean is, I'll let you be my personal maidservant. Ever since my mom died, we've been forced to hire a maid, which means the finances have taken quite a hit. We could do with some free labor. This is actually perfect timing!
I married a lawyer.
What?
We were introduced through a friend when Ivy was in her second year of high school. Ivy calls him Dad now.
She does what now? How dare she, that traitor!
It's thanks to his influence that she decided she wants to be a lawyer.
Even so, I'm her dad and always will be!
Actually, the adoption procedures were recently finalized, so legally speaking, he's her dad now.
What? You let him do that?
As you probably know, a lawyer's salary isn't half bad, and he's been kind enough to cover half of her college expenses, so you really don't need to worry about us struggling.
Half?
He did offer to pay the full amount, but I worked so hard to save up money to send her to college before we got married. Plus, Ivy herself has been working long hours too. So to make sure we'd never forget what we went through, we have a constant reminder of the importance of hard work. We paid the other half ourselves.
I don't understand. Why wouldn't you accept?
It makes no difference whether you understand or not, so that's fine. Oh yeah, that reminds me. We're currently in talks to start the adoption process for Ben, too. I'll be sure to keep you posted.
What? What about me? Who's gonna inherit my dad's company?
Why does it have to be a family member? Why can't you pick a successor based on their abilities and talents? Sounds like you could use some fresh blood. Meh, That's not really for me to comment on.
Aha! I've got it! I'll let you have Ben. If you give me Ivy, can we do a trade?
You still don't get it, do you? Ugh, this is a waste of time.
Huh?
Ben and Ivy are both adults now, and they're free to make their own choices. I think it's time we block you.
No, wait! Please! Just wait!
Goodbye. I heard through a friend a few days later. Apparently, Gary's dad told him that if he didn't come home with either Ben or Ivy to inherit the company, he'd lose his managerial position and be demoted to a regular employee. After I blocked him, he went on the offensive with Ivy. Once again, he was sighted approaching young girls at the station, but this time around, he was swiftly reported to the police and arrested. My husband, the lawyer, decided it was time to take action. He had a restraining order put out against Gary, banning him from ever coming near any of us again. A year later, Gary's dad's company went bankrupt. Apparently, word of one of the managers being arrested for harassing young women in public played a part in the stock price hitting an all-time low and the company's subsequent collapse. Both Gary and his dad worked like dogs to pay off the debt they took on in a desperate last-ditch attempt to save the sinking ship. They did manage to keep up with the repayments somehow or another, but due to the fact that neither of them knew how to do housework, their apartment turned into something resembling a bomb site stinking of rotten meat within a month of them moving in. Naturally, reports from the neighbors came in one after the other. Now, no one has any idea where they disappeared to after being handed the eviction notice.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Agatha. It's been a really long time. It's me, Charlotte.
What? Charlotte? Is that really you? My goodness, how many years has it been? I haven't heard from you at all since you left the orphanage and got married. You never even came back to see me. You had me worried. How are you?
I'm okay. Well, actually, I'm not okay at all.
Why not? What's wrong?
Listen, Agatha, the thing is, I got kicked out of the house.
What? Kicked out?
I'm at the police station near the train station right now. They're letting me use one of their phone chargers. I was so desperate to contact you. I feel so embarrassed having to ask you this, but can I come back to the orphanage? I have nowhere to go after being kicked out. There's nowhere else I can stay and no one else I can turn to. I don't even know where I'm gonna sleep tonight.
Oh, Charlotte, you poor thing. Of course you can. I'll have someone come out to pick you up immediately. Just stay where you are, okay?
Thank you so much.
What exactly do you mean when you say you got kicked out? This is all such a shock. Were things not going well at home? What the devil happened?
My husband Dexter and his parents used to be so unbelievably kind to me. I felt like the luckiest girl in the world to have such wonderful people in my life. Until we got married. When we did, he asked me to quit my job so I could stay at home and support him. It didn't sound so bad at the time, but he asked me to move in with him and his parents. And that was when everything changed. All of a sudden, his mom and dad, who up until then had been the kindest people I'd ever met, started treating me like dirt. It was like living with demons. They said I was obliged to be their family servant because they, to quote them, gave my miserable life meaning by adopting me. They forced me to work like a dog every single day from 3 a.m. in the morning to 12 midnight. I wasn't even allowed to take a break to sit down. All of my clothes and personal belongings from before I got married were either sold or thrown away. For no reason, I'd be ordered to get on my knees in front of them all of a sudden, and they'd all take turns yelling at me. If there was ever something they didn't like, they'd just throw away my food or personal belongings. If I ever complained, they'd yell at how I should just be grateful I'm not an orphan anymore.
Oh my God, Charlotte.
Today, Dexter brought home some young girl. What use are you if you can't even have kids? You're an abject failure, you barren wasteland of a woman. You had a duty to provide me with sons, how dare you? You ungrateful witch. We should have just left you in an orphanage. These were just some of the things he yelled at me in front of his new girlfriend. When he was done making me feel like I wanted to curl up and die, he told me they were getting married and ordered me to leave. He basically kicked me out with nothing but the clothes on my back. I lost 10 kilograms due to stress since I moved in with him. He rejected me every time I tried to go near him. I can't even look at you as a woman, you're hideous, was his usual reaction.
Oh my god! I can't believe you went through all this. As if bullying and emotionally abusing you wasn't enough, he cheated on you as well? No way. Was the reason I didn't hear from you since you got married because they confiscated your cell phone?
No, ironically, my cell phone was the only thing I did keep. I hid it because I didn't want them to sell that too. You gave it to me as a present when I left the orphanage, and it was the only thing I had that reminded me of you. There was no way I was gonna let them take it from me. I didn't have a charger though. The reason I couldn't contact you all this time was because my battery was dead. The first thing I did after he booted me out was to look for somewhere I could charge my phone. So that's how I'm able to message you now.
Oh god, what have they done to you, Charlotte? He will not get away with this.
I'm so sorry to trouble you like this. Ugh, it's so embarrassing to have to rely on you like this despite being in my 20s now. Even if it's just until I can find a new job and somewhere to live. Please, can I live at the orphanage again for a little while? I'll do chores, odd jobs, help look after the younger children, anything.
Don't be so silly. You don't have anything to apologize for. I'll always see you as my own daughter, and you'll always be welcome at the orphanage. If you want to come home, you can come home whenever you want to. What kind of mother would I be if I said anything otherwise?
Agatha.
Whether you find yourself to live or not, you can stay for as many months, or as many years as you like. This orphanage is your home. I'm an old dear, well into my 70s now, so it's probably more appropriate to call me your grandma than your mom. But I'll always be here for you, Charlotte. Never forget that.
Thank you so much.
I'll run you a nice hot bath and cook you some meatloaf and apple pie and custard. You only have one job when you get here, and that's to relax, unwind, and forget about all the horrible stuff you've been through. Leave the rest to me. Good evening, Dexter. It's been a while. This is Agatha, the head mistress of the orphanage Charlotte grew up in. She just contacted me in great distress. It seems like we have some things to discuss. She told me everything about how you and your parents have been treating her like less than human, like your own personal slave since the moment you got married. On top of that, you cheated on her, brought your lover home, and kicked Charlotte out on the streets, didn't you? Tell me, did you ever think you were going to get away with such despicable behavior? It's obvious you've seen my messages. I can see the red marks, you know. If you can muster up the courage, you're free to respond at any time.
Shut your mouth, you old hag! I don't know a frickin' thing about any of this crap. That psycho is just fantasizing. She's crazy, I tell you.
You only have to look at her to see it's all true. She's emaciated and has huge bags under her eyes. She's in a constant state of anxiety and fear. All it takes is a door opening to make her jump out of her skin. How does that happen to a girl who was once so fit and healthy, so outgoing, vibrant, and bubbly? She was a picture of health when she left the orphanage. She barely weighs 40 kilograms now. Her clothes were all tattered and worn out, and she hardly even had any personal belongings.
Like I told you, I don't know nothing about any of this. Anyway, even if I did do something to her, she was a miserable orphan, and me and my folks were kind enough to adopt her. Which means we can treat her however we goddamn want to.
Excuse me? Are you being serious right now?
Besides, what the heck does it have to do with you? You ain't Charlotte's mom, you ain't her gran. You're just some wrinkled up old hag sat up on a high horse who thinks she can scare me. Something bad might happen if you don't learn to stay out of other people's business. You catch my drift, lady?
I'm very disappointed in you, Dexter. You seemed so sweet and kind when you came to introduce yourself before the wedding. I'm actually disappointed myself for not seeing right through you. As Charlotte's guardian, I have a duty to make you pay for what you've done, and pay you will. Are you prepared for the hell that's coming your way?
Oh, I'm quaking in my boots. What's some wrinkled up old hag gonna do to me? You gonna chase me on your Zimmer frame? Write me a sternly worded letter? If you wanna do this, then let's do this! You wanna get taken down, lady?
Great, it's settled then. I'll make sure you remember what you just said to me.
Hey, Charlotte! What the hell did that old hag do? You got any idea how much trouble you're in, girl? You just goddamn wait! Answer me! I know you're looking.
Good morning, Dexter. This is the old hag. What can I do for you?
I ain't interested in talking to you, hag! Put me on to Charlotte now!
Charlotte's been looking after the children right now, but even if she wasn't busy, I wouldn't let you speak to her in a million years. What do you want? Make it quick. You seem to be in quite the panic. Anyone would think you received a court summons or something.
Aha! I knew it was you! You're gonna pay for this, mark my words, hag! The heck are you two trying to pull? Dragging me into court like some criminal! On what charges? I ain't done nothing!
It was patently obvious Charlotte was going to take you to court after the way you behaved. You've been summoned to take part in the divorce mediation on countless occasions by now. But you ignored the call every single time. You didn't show up to even a single meeting, did you? As a result, the mediation ended in failure, which means she had no choice but to take you to divorce court. Anyone could have seen this coming. If you'd have just come to the meetings, none of this would have been happening.
Oh, don't come at me with this legal jargon thinking you're all clever. I ain't playing your silly games, hag! Why the hell should I have to go out of my way to go to court to deal with some miserable orphan's emotional issues? I ain't no shrink! If you got business with me, then you come to me. I'm a busy guy. You get me?
Oh dear, you seem to be suffering from a severe deficient intelligence. You don't have to come if you don't want to, you know, if your time's so valuable and you really can't make it. Don't you worry yourself one bit. All that means is that you'll owe Charlotte $60,000 in compensation.
You what?
As a rule, if you don't show up to the trial, you lose the case by default, which means that you're obligated to pay the full amount of the claimant's requested compensation without even getting the chance to defend yourself. Let's face it though, even if you did show up to try and defend yourself, you still wouldn't have a leg to stand on.
What? Why not?
It just so happens that one of the children I raised in this orphanage is now a very successful lawyer. His area of expertise also just so happens to be divorce law. All it would take is one phone call. I do hate the idea of causing him a nuisance, but I get the feeling he'd drop everything if he had to help me in my time of need. Thinking about everything you did to her. Harassment, bullying, cheating, stealing. As well as all the rest, this clearly isn't a fight you can win.
Whatever! This crap just ain't gonna stand up. It ain't got no legs. Harassment, cheating? I ain't got the foggiest idea what you're talking about. I ain't that kind of guy. If you ain't got proof, then you're nothing but a doof.
Well, now that you mention it, I also just so happen to have a friend who runs a private investigation agency. One phone call was all it took. I have enough proof to take you to court 10 times over. To give some specific examples, how about bringing your lover back home to flaunt her in front of your wife, despite the fact you're still very much married? It seems like you're known as quite the womanizing sleazeball around the neighborhood too. I heard some very interesting stories. Not just the cheating either. Surprisingly, they even knew about the abuse too. Do you ever get the feelings your neighbors avoid you?
Huh?
Another one of the girls who grew up in the orphanage became a doctor. Charlotte went in for an examination at her practice and provided me with documentation on all of the physical damage you've caused her, all permissible as evidence in court. Do you understand now? We're certainly not going to struggle proving anything. Nothing you could possibly say will get you out of the 200-meter hole you dug yourself into.
You're lying! Ain't no way any of this is true. You expect me to believe a miserable orphan like her can afford to hire lawyers and private investigators? Oh, don't make me laugh. She ain't got the money to take me down.
It's true. You and your parents did steal all of her money and leave her with nothing, which is why I'm paying for everything.
You're doing what? Why the heck you gonna use good money on some waste of space with no parents? She ain't even blood to you. You gotta be kidding me. Ain't no one that stupid.
Whether we're related by blood or not means nothing to me. I raised her as if she was my own daughter. She's my family and I love her. What other reason do I need than that she's family? There's nothing I wouldn't do to protect her.
God freaking damn it! Alright, fine! You win, I'll apologize. She can have all her stuff back. I'll even give her some money to show I'm sorry, alright? We'll be square then, won't we?
Do you seriously think you're getting off that lightly? Don't be so ridiculous. If we're going to do this, and we are going to do this, then we're going to do it properly. No one lays their hands on my daughter and gets away with it. You're going to regret being born when I'm finished with you, boy. Surely you knew this would happen when you decided to victimize and abuse my Charlotte. Surely you weren't stupid enough to believe there'd be no consequences.
What? You threatening me?
I might not look much, but believe it or not, I used to be the CEO of a major company. My son took over when I retired, and he's running the show these days. I still talk to him regularly when he needs help with management-related things. I'm kind of like his personal advisor.
So what? You think I care about some crappy company?
Did you know that crabby company is your company's biggest client?
Say what?
I made a few recommendations to my son at the time you two got married, after I found out you worked in the same industry as us. As a result, he turned down some very generous offers from other companies in favor of establishing a major trading contract with yours. At the time, I thought I was doing a good thing by making a gesture towards my son-in-law, but clearly I made a mistake. I think it's time my son terminated the contract. It's not like it was ever in a particularly profitable contract for us, and to be honest, I regret allowing my personal affairs to get mixed up with my professional life.
Wait, what? What?
Don't get too excited yet, I'm not finished. Next, there's the company your dad works at. Another one of the boys who grew up in my orphanage happens to be the CEO of his company's parent company. Well, I say boy, but he's 50 now.
No, wait! You're going after my freaking dad now? No, wait, you can't!
Oh, one more thing. You and your parents rent your house, don't you? You're not going to believe this. The coincidences are almost piling up too high now. But I also happen to be friends with a major real estate magnate. And you'll never guess whose house he owns. Yep, I could even make the phone call this evening. Which angle do you think we should go for? Refusal to renew? Mandatory eviction? Can you imagine if I made phone calls to all of my friends about you? Can you imagine how far you'd fall? I'm thinking you hit rock bottom before you even realized what was going on.
Oh my god, don't! Don't, please!
Let me spell it out. If I do decide to take revenge on you, you will lose all that you hold dear. You'll be lucky if you even get to keep the clothes on your back. Your blood will run cold with terror and you will be plunged into the depths of despair, hopelessness, and suffering. Doesn't that sound nice?
Please, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, I mean it!
Don't you think you're apologizing to the wrong person? And by text, really? Don't you think it'd be more appropriate to get yourself down here and beg for forgiveness on your hands and knees?
Yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry. I promise I ain't ever gonna do anything like this again. I never thought it would come to this.
Your luck ran out when you made the fatal error of taking me for some harmless old woman. I'm not trying to brag, but I have friends in high places. Exterminating a wretched little worm like you would be child's play.
I'm so sorry, really. I'm so sorry. Please don't do it.
We'll be continuing this conversation in court through our lawyers. Goodbye. Immediately after that, Dexter and his parents rushed down to the orphanage in an attempt to apologize for their behavior. But the time for apologies has passed, and they were delusional to think otherwise. I told them they could apologize in court and sent them on their way. They would accept it and sat down on the floor outside the orphanage like petulant children, leaving me with no choice but to call the police. They quickly stood up and hightailed it out of there when they realized who I was on the phone, too. Obviously, Charlotte won the trial. Dexter and his lover were ordered to pay a combined total of $75,000 in compensation. In order to come with the money, he and his parents were forced to move out of the house and sell all of their personal belongings. To add insult to injury, his lover, furious about being dragged into such a catastrophic situation, broke up with him no sooner than the trial was over. Now, last I heard, Dexter and his parents are living in an apartment so cramped and tiny they're like rats huddled together in a cage. Between his company losing their biggest trading partner as a result of a few choice words of advice to my son, and his reputation as an abusive scumbag circulating around the office, his work life is now a living hell. I was astonished he didn't get fired, but in a way, this is actually more satisfying. He deserves everything he gets, so I can't say I feel bad for him. Charlotte's gradually returning to her old, vibrant, bubbly self while living at the orphanage. She's helping me out by looking after the children and doing various odd jobs while recuperating. Here's to the start of Charlotte's new life. She deserves to be happy.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Yolanda, can we talk?
What's up? I'm bored, so I guess so.
I've always wanted to tell you that
Tell me what?
I like you.
What?
My family's poor, so I don't smell great all the time. And my clothes and textbooks are all hand-me-downs. And I'm short and skinny, so people have always made fun of me since middle school. That didn't change in high school, and that's been hard. But when I had the same homeroom as you sophomore year, you would always talk to me and show me your textbook when I forgot mine. And you would make people stop when they were making fun of me. You were always so nice to a guy like me. And that always made me really happy, and I like you. It's only been a week since we met, but I really, really like you. So Yoli, please go out with me.
Are you serious? I can't believe you're actually asking me out.
Huh?
To think I would go out with a poor loser like you. No way, that is ridiculous. That's not gonna happen.
Oh, what? What are you talking about?
You still don't get it? I was messing with you.
You were messing with me?
I made a bet with my friends that if I could make you like me within 1 month, that they would buy me lunch. Why do you think someone like me would even talk to a poor loser like you?
What?
I thought a sad poor loser like you would fall for me right away, but I can't believe it only took a week. You're so stupid. Don't get the wrong idea just because I was nice to you.
You lied to me?
I really fell for you. You lied to me. You just got the wrong idea. Just think about it for a second. Take a look in the mirror. No way you're good enough for me. Like, just be honest to yourself.
I can't believe this. I trusted you.
Thanks for giving me a good story to tell. Everyone's gonna be talking about it tomorrow. Good for you, you're gonna be famous. Oh, but now that the bet's over, don't talk to me anymore, okay? You're gonna make me smell.
10 years later.
Hey Mike, long time no see, how are you?
Hey, it's been a while. You seem well.
Sorry couldn't say hi just now. It's been a while, so I got nervous.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
But I was so surprised when I heard you were coming to the reunion for the first time. I was excited to see what kind of person you had become. Who knew you would become so hot?
What? Did you think some dirty homeless-looking dude would show up?
I didn't think that. But I was surprised that you became so cool. A handsome guy in an expensive suit. And you graduated from that top-tier college, right? And are working at that huge trading company? I heard you're making like $70,000. You're amazing.
No, I'm not. It's all thanks to my parents for sending me to a good college. I had to study really hard to keep up. I'm still an underling at work.
Mike, you're so humble. You're amazing.
Oh, well, thanks. Yolanda, you've changed a lot.
You're not a stranger. Don't call me Yolanda. Call me Yoli.
No, that's okay. It's not like we're close or anything.
What are you talking about? We're friends.
What?
Hey, since the reunion is almost over, everyone's going to the after party. But do you want to go together somewhere? Just the two of us? I know this great bar. Let's have a private after party.
Huh? You want to have a private after party with you and me? Why?
Come on, don't be shy. You're single, right? But when other girls were hitting on you just now, you brushed them off, right? I know that's because you're still into me.
What?
You don't have to play dumb. Ever since you asked me out in high school, you've always been into me. And to become a good enough man for me, you worked hard and got a good job, right? And the reason you came to the reunion today is to show me what kind of man you become, right? I can't believe it. I feel so lucky. So, I'm okay with being your girlfriend now.
What?
Since you've always only liked me, I'm all yours. You can do whatever you want to me. So, come outside in about 5 minutes. Let's do something fun together.
You're disgusting.
What?
You're repulsive. What are you talking about?
Huh?
You think I still like you? How dumb are you? I've had enough of this.
Huh? What? What's going on? What are you talking about? You're still single because you like me, right?
How could you even think that? It's true that I'm not married, but I have a fiancé.
What? A fiancé?
Yeah, I wasn't interested in those other women because I have a fiancé, not because of you. You have nothing to do with this, so stop misunderstanding things and just leave me alone.
No, wait, just wait a second. I'm saying that I'm okay being your girlfriend. Me.
So what? I told you I have a fiancé. I don't need you.
I don't know who your fiancé is, but I know I can make you so much more satisfied. She's probably only after you for your money. I bet she doesn't even like you.
Don't talk badly about my fiancé. You don't even know her. And the person who's after me for money is you. I heard that you've already been divorced twice. And both times you got divorced, it's because you cheated. So they took all your money. And you're like $100,000 in debt, right? I heard you're looking for someone to pay that off for you. I heard that the debt is due soon, and you're panicking.
What? No, that's...
Even if you weren't in debt, I wouldn't date you though. In high school, you thought you could do whatever you wanted to me because I was poor. You tricked me just for a bet with your friends. I still haven't forgotten about that, you know? And then you find out I have a good job, so you're nice to me all of a sudden.
No, wait, just wait a second. You have it all wrong. When I dumped you and said all those mean things, ever since graduating, I've always regretted it. I've wanted to apologize. It was awful what I did. I'm so sorry.
You've regretted it? I can't believe you would lie like that.
I'm not lying.
I know what you've been doing. After graduating, at every reunion, you've been telling everyone the story of how the poor loser asked you out. That you've been making fun of me to everyone for asking you out.
What? How did you find out about that?
Your old friends told me. They just came to me during the reunion and brought you down just so they could get closer to me. They told me everything.
No, I didn't do that. They're lying. Trust me, Mike.
I can't trust you. I don't care anymore anyways. I'm not gonna go to the after party. I'm gonna go home. I'm never coming to another reunion again either. Everyone is treating me differently just because I'm doing well now. You're all awful.
Wait! Don't go just yet! Please, just let me borrow some money!
I don't have any money to lend you. I'm done talking to you. I'm going home now. See ya.
Mike!
Afterwards, after I stopped messaging Yolanda, I got up to leave. Yolanda and some other freeloaders tried to get me to stay, but I shook them off and left the reunion. Afterwards, I heard that Yolanda's debt due date came and went, and the court took her home and all of her possessions. And now she's working in the sex industry to try and pay back the rest. I guess that instead of coming to the reunion, she should have been trying to work off that debt. I just don't get her. After seeing Yolanda's fall from grace, I finally felt at peace. And I married my fiancé and got promoted at work. And we're having a baby next year. My life is just great. This happiness is a result of the rage I felt when Yolanda tricked me and made fun of me. So I guess in some way, this is all thanks to her.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
sis. How's it going? Grandpa's funeral's over now, right? It was yesterday, right?
Are you seriously asking me this? Why didn't you come, Daisy? Mom and the others were all waiting for you.
'Cause funerals are a drag. Be real. Who'd want to waste their precious time and money to stand around looking all miserable and depressed for someone who's not even around to appreciate it anymore? Not only that, but I would have had to go all the way back to Grandma and Grandpa's house in the middle of nowhere. Besides, I didn't even like Grandpa.
Excuse me? So that's why you missed his funeral? It's not about whether you liked him or not. He thought a lot of you. He looked out for you ever since you were little. He was family, and you should have been there to pay your respects.
That's funny. I don't remember him looking out for me even once. All I remember is him constantly barking orders at me. You need to study more. You should be studying. Study, study, study. He was always scolding me for having bad manners too. Like, who actually does that in this day and age? Plus, his curfews were always so early. He was always flipping out at me because I couldn't live up to his impossible standards. Wanna know the truth? I hated him.
You know why he did those things? Because your manners are foul. Jesus, Daisy, all he did was ask you to say please and thank you. He had a point with the studying, too. You never do anything. I've never met anyone so lazy in my life. Besides, he only flipped out at you because you ignored his curfews. You knew you were supposed to go home at 5 p.m., yet sometimes you'd stay out till as late as 9. At 10 years old?
That's normal at that age. It's not like he was my dad. What the hell did it have to do with him? Maybe you two got along because you're as much of a stubborn blockhead as he was.
It has nothing to do with being stubborn. I just agreed with him. He may have been strict at times, but he only did it because he loved us and wanted us to succeed in life. He said he felt like he could take me anywhere because I was so mature. And I don't say that trying to brag. I genuinely think it was down to the discipline he instilled in me. If it wasn't for him, I would have never learned what a joy it can be to study and learn new things.
This is nauseating. Could you be any more stuck up? Hanging out is way more fun than studying.
Maybe your complete unwillingness to study and your compulsive need to be out with your friends drinking and doing God knows what else at every possible moment had something to do with your horrendous attendance record in middle school and you dropping out of high school. Then you ended up meeting that good-for-nothing guy and moving away to California. To top it all off, you actually have the nerve to call mom and dad several times a year to pester them for money. I hate to say this, Daisy, but you're a failure and a disappointment.
Life is all about having fun. Anyway, please quit your harping on now, 'cause you're boring, okay? Let's get down to business. What about the will? So, how much inheritance did Grandpa leave behind?
Wow. Let me get this straight. Despite the fact you didn't even help out preparing the funeral, let alone actually show up to it, you actually have the nerve to go after his inheritance? This is a new low, even for you.
What's the problem? Money is way more important than some perpetually grumpy old dude who's already kicked the bucket. Well, how much did he leave behind? You guys must have calculated it by now, right?
Including his property, assets, and cash money, about 1.5 million.
1.5 million? OMG! Like, OMG! I'm gonna be rich! I didn't know Grandpa had so much money. Wow. Well, maybe he wasn't so bad after all.
There isn't a combination of words in the English language that could describe how despicable you are. You honestly make me sick.
1.5 million. Oh, what should I do with my 1.5 million? Ooh, should me and my boyfriend splash out on a big mansion and live like A-list celebrities like we've always dreamed of being? Or maybe we should go on a trip around the world.
You have the mind of an elementary school kid. You don't actually think you have any hope of getting the entire inheritance, do you?
Well, sure, maybe not. But a girl can dream. What's the harm in that, Miss Buzzkill?
As long as you're aware it's just that, a dream, you can do whatever you like.
But even still, if there's 1.5 million in total, things are looking good. Thanks, sis. I'm done with you now. That's all I wanted to ask.
Why? What good is knowing how much inheritance there is to you?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? That's classified information, and I ain't telling you anything, sucker. I'll be in touch. Make sure you take care of the money for me, won't you? Toodles!
Take good care of it for you? What do you mean? Daisy, are you there? Damn it, you better not be planning anything stupid.
Hey, sis. Thanks for looking after the money. I'll be needing it soon, so can you bank transfer it to me tomorrow?
Huh? The money? What do you mean? I don't have any money for you.
Oh, stop joking around. I mean, Grandpa's inheritance, you doofus. I want my share. Send me it.
Excuse me? Your share?
Duh, yes, my share. Surely you finished splitting it between everyone now. At least 750K of it must be mine, right? Well, guess what? Me and my boyfriend had a mansion built with my share. It's so luxurious, you wouldn't believe.
You did what? You had a mansion built? A $750,000 mansion?
Yep, me and my boyfriend are going to be living together there. It's gonna be our little love nest. Or should I say big love nest? Oh, seriously, sis. You should see it. It's freaking huge! So, hurry up and open your banking app, slowpoke!
You never cease to amaze me. I don't even know what to say. I am astonished beyond words.
Oh, I don't care what you have to say. It's not why I'm messaging you. I just need my money. Message me when it's sent, okay?
Listen, Daisy, about Grandpa's inheritance, neither of us have inheritance rights.
What? Inheritance rights? What are those?
It means we don't get any of it. Grandma's still alive and well. And then there's Dad and all of his brothers who are all fit and healthy too.
What? I don't get any money? Why not? Why does Grandma and Dad still being healthy have to do with anything? Why don't I get any money?
What do you mean, why? How don't you understand? As a general rule, grandchildren don't get inheritance. There's an order of priority. Naturally, Grandma gets the lion's share because she was his wife. After Grandma, Dad, and all of our uncles, Grandpa's sons, are next in order of priority. Then there's his brothers and sisters who are still very much alive and kicking. The only time we, being his grandchildren, would be in line to get anything would be if, God forbid, anything happened to Dad, in which case we'd probably be eligible for something through succession law. Basically, since Dad and the others are all alive and well, we're not even eligible to inherit through succession, let alone normally. Even if for argument's sake we did end up getting something, it certainly wouldn't be the $750,000 you seem convinced is already yours. Do you understand now?
Huh? I don't know if I follow. I thought inheritance got split between the entire family.
You thought wrong. If that were the case, there would be so many inheritors that each individual would barely end up getting anything.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't agree! That's not fair! Why should Dad get money if we don't? Besides, inheritance should go to the grandchildren first. I need it more than anyone! Me not getting anything is just criminal!
Criminal? What planet are you on? It's precisely because of inheritance law that you're not getting anything. It says, I request that my assets be distributed according to law in his will. You can read it if you don't believe me. There's no law that says inheritance should go to the grandchildren.
Nuh-uh! No. Law or not, I simply don't agree. I want my $750K. Where's my money? Not fair!
Oh, come on, Daisy. Stop throwing a tantrum. You're not 6 anymore. You're such a moron. I'm actually embarrassed to call you my sister. Give it a rest already. Not only is it the law, but it's written in the will itself. You can kick, scream, and bawl your eyes out as much as you like, but you are not getting a single cent. Are you still incapable of understanding despite having it explained to you like you're a child? Don't make me repeat myself.
But, how am I meant to pay for my mansion now? I have to pay by the end of this month.
Not my problem. You're the one who had it built, not me.
Oh, gee. How could you do this to me? If you don't give me the money, I'm gonna be in a world of trouble. You have, no idea. Why should Dad be the only one who gets any money? Why don't you seem to care that you're not getting anything? We are his grandkids, yet Dad gets all the money? Aren't you annoyed? Doesn't this make your life difficult too?
Not in the slightest. It was never my money to inherit in the first place. It makes no difference to me who gets it. My life will continue as it has until now, completely unchanged.
That's not fair! Why should I be the only one who suffers? If I don't get that money, I'm not going to be able to live in my new mansion! My life is over!
You were gonna live there with your boyfriend, right? Why not just work together and come up with the money somehow?
How the hell am I going to do that? No, impossible! I told him I'd buy him a $750K mansion! Not only that, but I said it in front of everyone too! I can hardly tell him to pay for it now, can I?
In front of everyone? What do you mean?
My boyfriend works as a male stripper. Obviously, I'm the only girl with the key to his heart. But still, I don't like some of the stories he tells me about how girls are with him. And I see the way they look at him when I go in to check up on him sometimes. I know he'd never do anything, but I wanted to show him how much better than I was than those girls by buying him a mansion. So I knew for sure he'd never leave me.
Oh my.
Aha! I've got it! You can get the money off Grandma for me.
What?
She got most of Grandpa's money, right? Dad would never give me anything because he's super strict and grumpy just like Grandpa was. But I think if you really try hard to convince her, Grandma might just give it to us. Maybe you could try crying?
Wow. Are you seriously asking me to pester our grieving grandma for her dead husband's money? Congratulations, Daisy! Just when I thought it was impossible, you've exceeded all expectations yet again. You are officially the biggest scumbag of all time.
Shut up! Don't talk to me like that. Besides, it's not pestering. I'm just thinking logically here. What's the point in Grandma having all that money when she's probably gonna die soon anyway? I could put it to much better use.
Are you even a human being? It's like there's a big dollar sign where your heart's supposed to be.
'Cause money is important. If I can just get the money for the mansion, all my problems will be solved, and I can finally be happy. If you won't do it for me, I'm gonna have to go to Grandma's house myself.
Good luck. She doesn't live there anymore.
Huh?
She sold up and moved away after the funeral. She might be in good health for her age, but she is still old, and it would be too stressful for her to look after such a big house all on her own. She went back to live with Mom in her hometown in Idaho.
Idaho? Why the hell would she move so far away? How am I supposed to get my money? I'll never see it now.
Hurrah! You finally understand! That's right, you'll never see the money, so you may as well just give up.
You're all working against me. I know it. I bet you all planned this together, didn't you? My life will be over if I don't get that money. Just give it to me. This is ridiculous.
The only thing that's ridiculous here is you. You don't show up at your own grandpa's funeral. You have a freaking mansion built with inheritance money that's not even yours. Then you talk about pestering your grieving grandma for her dead husband's money? No matter how you look at it, the only one being ridiculous here is you. Even if you do end up in trouble as a result of all this, you only have yourself to blame. Just give up already.
I can't. What am I supposed to tell my boyfriend about the mansion? It's nearly finished. I need that money. Please, give me it. I'm begging you.
You got yourself into this mess. Now you can get yourself out of it. Goodbye, you big baby. After that, Daisy started panicking and our entire family got spammed with phone calls one by one. We'd all been sick with her behavior for a while, but this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Needless to say, she didn't get a cent out of anyone. She never even got to set foot into the new mansion she'd had built. No sooner had she bought it, she was forced to sell the mansion and the land it was built on. Now, she's up to her ears in debt, and if I'm honest, I can't see her ever paying it all off. To add insult to injury, her stripper boyfriend broke up with her the moment he found out what happened. I hear she's juggling 3 different part-time jobs these days, getting by on 2 hours of sleep a night, desperately trying to keep up with the debt repayments. She's a shameless moron of such epic proportions that it's embarrassing to think she's my sister. I was worried her being in so much debt might have ramifications for me and the rest of our family, so just to be safe, I made sure to warn them all not to lend her money under any circumstances. I meant what I said. She got herself into this mess, and she needs to get herself out of it. The rest of us are so done with her shenanigans.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.